E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody, to the JAKIB Postgame Show here. A blowout in South Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles moved to 6-2 on the year before the Week 9 bye week next week. They beat the New York Giants today 38-20 with big games from Jalen Hurts, big game from Saquon Barkley, a good game from DeVonta Smith, including 4 touchdown passes from Jalen Hurts. Big Sills, welcome into the postgame show. Brother, what'd you think of that game so far today? Your first thoughts?
A really good way to go into the bye. I mean, This is really something, again, for me, once again here, I'll start this out by saying, look, this is the first time we really saw some balance and really a balanced attack that they've had this year. I mean, they were able to throw the ball well. They were able to run the ball well. This is their biggest and most complete game that they've played so far. So, again, as I said, I mean, look, I thought the Giants, for what they had in the game, I mean, by the end of the game, they had 2 corners that were on the practice squad playing in the game. Yeah. They lost Scatterboo, which was, and by the way, kudos to the Philadelphia Eagle fan base. Yeah, they have been one of the greatest, coolest things I've ever seen. You guys get a shitty rap. That was one of the coolest things that I ever saw from a fan base that doesn't notoriously do that. That was totally awesome. You sent them off. That was really cool. But again, I mean, next guy up mentality. It's what I always say. Injuries are part of it. You've got to step up. I thought that they hung in there for what they had. And the Philadelphia Eagles put their gas pedal down. Hey, how about Tank Bigsby too, man? Going over.
He can run the ball well.
You're right, though. Impressive.
It felt like so. And look, we're gonna talk about everything today. I want to welcome and thank everybody for being here on the post game show. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All super chats will be read today. So if you have some commentary on the Eagles' latest victory, all right, you can drop it in the chat and we will read that today. But Sills, all seriousness, you don't want to overstate this game because the Giants were depleted. But it is a perfect way to go into the bye week. Now you're moving into the back half of the year. You found some rhythm offensively. Jalen Hurts, by the way, Sills, he is finding his groove. I was tough on Jalen after those 2 straight losses. After a 158.3 last week, he delivers a 141.5 rating, 15-20 today, 179, and 4 touchdown passes for Jalen Hurts. He is finding his rhythm. Saquon Barkley gets going, 14 carries for 150 yards today and a touchdown. And as you mentioned, Tank Bigsby, 9 carries for 104. Big Sil. So the offense finds some real rhythm going into the bye week.
Yeah, but I'm tempering myself here too as we get into these next 5 games. You've got Green Bay, Detroit, the Cowboys, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Bears and the Chargers are down there somewhere as well. So, like I said, though, man, I mean, I'm not underscoring what they did because you're looking for balance, and they had the balance in the game. And 2 weeks ago, we saw something completely different than what we saw in this football game. So, again, I really liked what I saw. You know what else I thought I saw that was really great? I thought the defensive tackle play was really good in this football game by the Eagle defensive guys. I mean, and I'm going to also throw this. Listen, I'm not a guy who does this, and I really rarely ever do this. And this was on both sides, Eagles and the New York Giants. That's one of the shittiest officiated football games I have ever seen in my entire life. It affected both Philly and New York. So, 100%. I mean, I'm not telling you that.
Dude, I don't know what's up with the refs this year.
Dude,
by the way, Eagle fans, I don't think we can use the excuse anymore. They're out to get us. We got a lot of calls today.
But Xander, there were calls against them, too, that were suspect
I'm not saying there was none against us. I'm just saying the refs, I felt like every call was the wrong call, no matter who it was against. So, an interesting game from that perspective. So, as you pointed out, I love that you brought it up right away. You brought up the defensive tackles. How about this? Carter had a sack. Davis had a sack. Ajomo had a sack. So your 3 big defensive tackles in the middle all had a sack. Now, sacks don't tell the full story, but that is notable performance by all the guys. And then Zach Bond also had a sack in the game, as well as Jalix Hunt had a sack. So
what were you the most impressed by in this game? I mean, taken to what you saw in this football game, I'd like to hear what you think. when it comes
I
to.
I don't think impressed is the right word. I think
because I was like, I wasn't. I mean, look, I was impressed with the balance, but I was more.
I like seeing
I was
Jalen.
happy
I
they
like
took
seeing,
care of business.
I like seeing Jalen Hurts play his game, let the
Okay.
game come to him, making the right reads and the right
Yes.
throws. That's what I like to see because
Yes.
I've been saying it all year.
Yeah.
This team is built to need greatness from the quarterback position. Last year, you could get away with if Jalen didn't play great week in and week out. I think this team needs Jalen Hurts to be at his best form, week in and week out. He looked great again today, man.
Zander, wouldn't you say this, that game in look, it's 1 and it's 4 quarters of football. It's the first time that I saw that they didn't have a primary target that they had to get the ball to and that they spread the football around. They got the ball into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he was able to also do things in the pass game. They were able to spread it around. I mean, to me, I thought he spread the ball around better without AJ. Am I saying that they're a better team? Absolutely not. I just saw in this football game that I thought that Kevin Petula, for the first time this year, it just looked to me like they spread the ball around. The run game came around. New York just was getting gashed early in the football game, too. They kind of settled down a little bit, but I thought Kevin Petula had a good game.
Kevin Petula had a great game. Dude, look at that run game today, Sills. I know we're talking about the run game working. Well, why did the run game work? A lot of outside zones, a lot of pitches, a lot of working Saquon to the outside. They're using screen passes with Saquon Barkley. That was a much better called offensive game, in my opinion. I think they really opened it up a little bit. I don't know. A.J. Brown, so the narratives are coming. A.J. Brown misses a game and Jalen Hurts 4 touchdown passes. Dotson's involved. Goddard's involved. Smitty's involved. Tank Bigsby's involved.
Hey, I'm there too.
Narratives are coming every day.
Hey, I'm there too. I'll tell you what. Who else had a really good game? I thought Brett Toth had a good game of Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hi, I mean, hey, Zander, if you get, how many yards did they get in the ground? If you get 277 rushing yards, Brett Toth had to have a good football game, man.
When's the last time you've seen a team have 2 backs go over 100 yards? Saquon Barkley had 150 yards today. Tank Bigsby had 104 yards.
In the NFL, today. That's so rare to go over 250.
That is rarefied air, man. Yeah.
I mean,
now Saquon pulled up on that last. Saquon pulled up on that last run. Yeah, I think he's okay because he was still sitting on the sideline and stuff. But that's something to keep an eye on for sure. Jahan Dotson. That was a big catch, man, in the end zone. That was like a little. Randy Dotson down there going up over the top for your boy Jahan Dotson.
Hey, maybe they don't need AJ now moving forward. How you doing?
Well,
what?
You know what I hope AJ learns from the game today? Sometimes you just got to shut the F up, man. Seriously. Like your targets are going to come. Your catches are going to come. Just this is a team game, Sills. It's a team sport.
You know what I learned today? You know what I learned today? Hey, AJ, it ain't about you, son.
Yeah, I agree.
It ain't about you. Get this. All the teammates are now celebrating. And by the way, isn't this the first time the offense scored over 30 points this year in the game?
Offense alone, yeah, for sure.
Offense alone. This is the first time they scored over 30 points, right?
Yeah. Well,
and a team that gave them a shellacking 2 weeks ago. You score over 35 points in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It ain't about you, AJ.
Well, what do you think? Well, I don't
You're not going to win the Super Bowl without AJ.
No, I don't think anything drastic is going to happen. But I do hope that AJ stops with some of the distraction. Look, people say he's trolling. Whatever he's doing. If you guys think it's good for the
but what's the end game if he's
That's
trolling?
What I mean. I don't think it's a good thing to have him do that. So at the end of the day, I hope he relaxes a little bit, stops putting people in bad spots with the tweets and buys into what the team is doing. But still, 6-2 now, 38-20. They get the win today. And let's be real, it was really bigger than that. But the Giants did answer with a late touchdown by Jaxson Dart. Sills, the game changed when Cam Scatterbutt went down. That Giants team, they were hanging in there a little bit. They never looked like
moving the ball.
They were hanging in there. They had the touchdown pass to him early. Jaxson Dart was moving the ball well. Cam Scatterbutt went down, and dude, I've never seen an opposing team injury deplete the noise from the Lincoln Financial Field like that in my life. The fans for a little bit were quiet after that Scatterbutt injury.
I was in a football game when there used to be a guy back in the day named Gerald Riggs. And in front of me, I saw that it popped through the sock, his bone, right? And I'm looking down at that and I'm going like this. Holy shit. When you see a compound fracture, and it looked like he had a compound fracture, when you see something like that, both sides get affected too, Zander, because then you have the reality and the harshness of what the real game is when you do that. It obviously deflated them. Think about the Giants this year, man. They had some energy in that game. No neighbors. Now you lose Scatterboo. Both corners were out in that ball game. So again, I mean, listen, I love the fact that you guys had balance in the football game. I thought the defense, and I'm starting to see something, folks. I'm starting to see something. And you know what that is? Jalix Hunt. I'm starting to see that guy more on a game basis now. I'm starting to see him making plays. You know what else too, Zander? There is no doubt. Nakobe Dean, when he's in there, he is a fucking missile on the run.
Yes, he is, dude. He is amazing.
Holy shit, can that guy hit the run?
You just brought up the edge rushers. I got to go to one thing here that and we brought up the refs earlier. I'm not about to make this a ref show. I think we got calls today. We got some against us, some for us. Do I not understand the rule on a strip on forward progress in the past? They came back and they overturned that. I'm like, how? How did they overturn that? I'm not even looking for a home call here. That to me just looked like a fumble to me. I mean,
by the way, that Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball too.
Oh, on that tush push, that was 100% a fumble. That was
it was a total fumble. They were. You're right. The whole thing was just all over the place. I mean, dude, do you really think that was pass interference with that hand fighting? The way that they were hand fighting?
No, I don't. I know. I had somebody tweeted me that was a push off. I'm like, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I always favor. I'm for physicality. I like when refs let physicality into the game. Q is a handsy corner. He's a handsy corner. So I don't know if it was a push.
Now look, I'm going to also make sure that everybody doesn't blow a gasket. I thought the Eagles had some shitty calls, like you just mentioned in this game too. It was all over the place. But again, look, that wasn't going to determine the outcome of this game. The Eagles went out there. They took care of business. They're 6-2, heading into the bye. And now here's something else too, Zander. Landon Dickerson finished the ball game. That is a great sign too, okay? He finished a ball game. This is what you want to see going into the bye here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, and the other positive thing here, Sills, is the most pressing thing about this team, even at 5-2, was the run game. The run game wasn't getting going, and you come out today and you have an explosive rushing day. 277 yards on the ground today. Jalen Hurts had a couple carries as well, 4 carries for 22. Saquon Barkley, though, 14 for 150, including his first touch of the game for a 65-yard touchdown. Do you feel like the run game can build on this, Sills? My favorite part about it is not the yards. It's outside zones, running different concepts, pitching the ball to the outside. They use different things in the game outside of just an inside zone, even though that big 3rd and 31 that Tank Bigsby converted was an inside zone. But I like to see the variation that they used in the run game today.
I like the efficiency. Okay, and I would make this comment that I think that Jalen Hurts played better in this game than he even did last week. I just thought he saw the defense. He read the secondary. I thought that he made the critical plays. I like this game better than last week. And I know it was against Brian Flores. I get it. But when you get the run game going like that, Tom Brady said it in the booth. Dude, you run the ball like that, you could throw the ball like that, you're unbeatable. Yep. I mean, I thought you know what it felt like? Jalen threw for over 400 yards in that game. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, he was 15 to 21.
I mean, it felt
4 touchdowns for Jay Hurts through the air, man. 4 touchdowns. So he's making up for some of those early no touchdown numbers.
Isn't this like one of the very few times that he's ever had 2 games in a row where he's had 3 touchdowns or more?
I'm not sure of that stat. I will say this, Dallas Goedert is having a great season. He's already up to his record on touchdowns on a year, and he had another 2 today. That brings his total, I want to say, to 7 or 8 on the year for Dallas Goedert. Jalen Hurts is loving him in the red zone, man.
Does Hurts have any picks?
He had 1 pick versus the Giants the first time, remember?
Okay, that's right. So he's got 1 pick on the year going into the year and
15 touchdown passes now.
That's Aaron Rodgers bullshit right there.
15 touchdown passes, 1 pick, plus all his ground touchdowns as well.
Yeah,
man. Jalen Hurts is don't look now, but Jalen is starting to put himself in potential MVP conversation.
Here's what we have to do now. Okay, he's now gone 2 games in 8 quarters now doing this. Okay, now we're starting to get into that trend mode.
Yep, trend.
Okay, so now I almost hate Zander that there's a bye for him because I like the momentum that he's going now, and I don't want to see. But that team, if any team needs health and they need a bye, it is totally the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, no doubt about it. AJ's banged up right now. You obviously got that offensive line that's banged up. By the way, how about the look, Sills, that they're using with 6 offensive linemen in the running game? They bring Fred Johnson in that 13 personnel look. They are running the ball with that thing, man. That is a beautiful look that they do.
Absolutely. I thought Kevin Patillo had his best day as a play caller, and I thought Hurts understood. They were all on the same page.
Yeah.
I thought.
You think Kevin Patillo is finally finding himself a little bit as a play caller?
I think we're seeing a little bit. Again, 2 weeks in a row. This is now 8 quarters. This is 8 quarters now. Again, I'm looking at trends. And now when you get a run game, hey, don't you think any coordinator is going to look good when you run the ball for over 200 some odd yards?
Yeah, I mean, and as you pointed out, the efficiency, it doesn't get much better than 33 carries, 277. That's good for 8.4 carry across the whole team. So there's no doubt about they were efficient today in the run game, including 10.7 average per carry for Barkley and 11.6 average for Tank Bigsby.
Wow.
You might have a 1-2 punch at running back, everybody. Maybe those 2 draft picks we sent for Tank Bigsby were not for the kick return game. They were for a running back too. He's looking good back there, though, Sills. I like I think he's a good different pace back, change of pace back for Barkley to have as a running back too.
8.4 yards a carry as a unit.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, dude, your quarterback, get this. Your quarterback's averaging 9 yards a play, and your backs are getting 8.4. That's having one hand tied behind your back, and there's no answers to when you have a football team that does that. Now, again, I want to make sure, again, I mean, look, you took care of business, and we saw efficiency. I don't think anybody went into this game going, hey, I want to see 500 yards pass, and I want to see 350 yards, even though they almost got it with the run game going here. I mean, but I got to tell you, that's the best game I've seen since the Super Bowl.
Well, another big thing here today, Sills, is they were 5-2 through 7 weeks. They had yet to outgain an opponent, which was a trend that is a little concerning. Nobody had done that and started 5-2 since 1940. Think about that, everybody. Today, they outgained their opponent in a big way. 427 total yards for the Eagles today to the Giants, 246. So almost 200 more total yards for the Eagles today in this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt here with this. I mean, there's no doubt that the New York Giants, after the Scatterboo injury, they were wobbled on the sideline. They had to gather themselves, and it took them a little bit. Then when both corners went down, Zander, I mean, they were playing with scout team guys out there. So, and but here, anytime I say that, it is your responsibility to go out there and put the wood down and put the gas pedal down. And that's what they did. Okay. They didn't lower themselves to their competition. They went out, even though their deficiencies, they took advantage of those deficiencies. And that's what you want to see with a great team.
Yep, no doubt about it. Sills, what do you think defensively today? I think overall they're showing some things. The thing I'm seeing on the defensive side of the ball right now is the defensive line is coming alive. You talked about Jay LeChun a little bit and the defensive tackles earlier. I think even Josh Uche has been a pleasant surprise. You are starting to see some things out there. And I'll say this, and some people might not agree with this, there is no doubt this defense is better when Nakobe Dean's on the football field. There is no doubt. I know Jihad Campbell's a first-round pick, he's got all this upside. They are a better unit with Nakobe Dean on the field. Today they were. I think they are. I think they are.
Today, 2025.
Okay, gotcha.
He's a better ball player. Campbell's going to be a spectacular football player for you. He really is. He's going to be a great one. Right now, Dean's better. There's no shade on that, Zander. It's called being a veteran.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a veteran football player versus a young kid who's still learning to play the off-ball position in the NFL. No shade. By the way, I love the stick down there on the goal line when they put some of the backups in, and I saw Trotter Jr. make a play down there. So, yeah, listen, man, that's all good.
No, I mean, and Nakobe Dean out there, he had 5 total tackles today, 4 solo tackles. He is just explosive in the run game. So I don't think it's a knock on Campbell. I just think, you have a time right now. By the way, I'm happy for him, man. That was a big – people don't know that injury that Nakobe Dean got last year, that is one that not everybody recovers from. Well, you see ACLs. People come back from ACLs, man.
I don't know if his career still has recovered from it yet.
Well, I think that's fair, but I think right now he still looks like he's a great football player.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, availability counts too, my friend.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, and when you're talking about guys missing significant time because they're always injured, I don't know that guy has still saved his career in Philadelphia yet. I mean, you can't just play six games. Now, last year, he played a boatload of games and missed the entire playoffs. Let's face it, Zander, they won a Super Bowl without the guy. They're better with him on the field, yes. But can he stay on the field and be a viable, reliable football player on defense?
So Jalen Hurts is up to 1,678 or 1,676 passing yards this year, 15 touchdowns and 1 pick. With, I believe, let me look at how many rushing touchdowns he has as well on the season. A lot of rushing touchdowns, too. I think he's got 5 rushing touchdowns as well. Jalen Hurts quietly piecing together. Are you starting to buy into what Jalen Hurts is doing this year, Big Sills? A lot of people view you, Sills, as one of Jalen Hurts' biggest haters, if you will. Your response to what Hurts has done so far?
I would use the word critic, but okay. He's on pace for 3,600 yards and 27 touchdowns would be a career high. 69% completion percentage. Hey, welcome to being one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. What do you want me to say? I mean, this is what it's about. When you're talked about being a guy to carry your football team, I will make this point to you. I thought Hurts carried the team today. People will go like this. Barkley did. Well, I thought because of the efficiency that he had in the game, that opened up that run game. Some are going to go like this. Sills, what opened up the passing game was the ability of Barkley to run the ball today because he was gashing them early. So I think we still got to see more as we go forward here. Look, how many yards did he have in the football game, passing the football? What did he have? 179 yards passing.
179 today. Yep. And 4 touchdowns.
That's a Jalen Hurts ball game. 179 yards passing, 22 rushing. And when you get the kind of running attack that you got today with 254 yards from 2 dudes, yeah, dude, that's going to be in the room where you're going to be a balanced football team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What do you think the conversation, what do you think the response to this is from the Eagles organization as it pertains to A.J. Brown?
I think A.J.'s got to have a real come-to-Jesus conversation with what he's expecting with his career in Philadelphia and where it goes from here, because I would tell him this: look, kid, we need you to win a Super Bowl. We may not need you to win against the Giants, but we need you to win a Super Bowl, and we need you on page, and we need you with us rowing in the same direction here. Yeah. Every other guy is celebrating today, but one guy. I'll guarantee you this: how many people think A.J. Brown's happy today that they won?
Well, he should be happy.
No, I didn't ask you that. I asked you what you thought a guy like that who has been talking shit all year long.
I do. I think he's happy. I do.
Really? Well, it doesn't seem he's been happy for 6 weeks.
I think I hope he is. If he's not, then he's clearly.
Well, Zander, what's he been pitching about then? I'm trying to figure this out here. You know how many times when people get fired, they don't want that guy who took their job. You think Jason Kelce was happy that Cam Jurgens was in one of the most iconic seasons?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I don't. Nobody in the NFL wants the guy replacing you to go in to have some sort of iconic year. That's human nature, dude. You don't want the next guy being better than you. You just don't.
Sills, I'm gonna go into the. You know how you always do that off the tongue on the marker. Saquon 100 today. Check for your boy Big Z. Jalen Hurts having another big game. Check it for your boy Big Z. Come on, Sills.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. You beat the shitty Giants.
Well, you got to beat who's in front of you, my friend. You got to beat who's in front of you.
I got you. You got to beat who's in front of you.
Yeah, and they did today, 38-20. The Eagles get the win today.
You bet they did.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, by the way, Camp Scatterbill. You know, on a real sense, as a football fan over an Eagle fan, I hate seeing I hate seeing good stories and like that. That's and right. I love, as much as I love this game, man, I hate watching players get injured. That was a nasty injury.
Brutal. Listen, when you're in a brotherhood like that, you see something like that, man. I mean, it affects everybody on the field because they know that could be you on the field. Again, Zander, you know, the one thing that I'm going to say, though, man, that I liked in this game, what they did, when those guys all went out for the Giants, Eagles put the gas pedal down. They ran them over after that. That's a championship mentality. Bro, how many times do you see teams kind of like throttle it down and they start playing down to the competition? They upped it. You know what I mean? They upped it and they ramped it up. That's how you take care of business. By the way, real quick, I do want to say this, that Nick Mangold, rest in peace.
Oh, man, rest in peace. Awful.
Okay. I happen to know the guy a little bit. I know the man who coached him. I know Jim Tressel very well, and everybody is heartbroken. Rest in peace to Nick Mangold. He was in search of a liver. Bernie Kosar is in search of a liver. He's struggling right now. So to Nick Mangold, rest in peace, brother. You will be missed.
Yep. So thank you for saying that. Rest in peace.
41 years old.
41, man. That's far too early to pass. So rest in peace to Nick Mangold. Well done by you, Sills, to bring that up and talk about that today. So rest in peace to him. I did hear Rex Ryan speaking a little bit this morning about it.
Tough to watch.
Yeah, tough to watch is right. So rest in peace to Nick Mangold. Far too early to lose Nick Mangold. Look, good stuff, everybody. Appreciate you for being here. We're going to get to some super chats here today. The Eagles moved to 6-2.
Excellent.
Jalen is potentially – Sills, will Jalen be mentioned in the MVP conversation this week?
Yeah. After this week, I mean,
I think so too.
You know, I mean, listen, that team has struggled, but if you go back into the early part of the year, we even mentioned it too. They're not going to win many of those games without the style of play that he had to maneuver through to get that win and get those wins. And now the last 2 weeks, it's been 8 really good. Hey, Zander, not solid, but really good 8 quarters of football right now. And remember, it's a week-to-week league, dude.
Yeah.
You know, one week you're up here, 1 week you're down here. 1 week you're on cloud 9, next week you're Cam Scatterbo.
Yep.
I mean, it's what the league is. And so now, I mean, you put him in the conversation there with the Josh Allens of the world and also with the Daniel Joneses, and I would even have to say Patrick Mahomeses.
Oh, absolutely. Pat Mahomes working with not much over there. He's done a great job as well. But Sills, here's an interesting tidbit, and you brought this up earlier. You hear week 9 bye at the beginning of the year. You're like, perfect time for a bye. I'm kind of with you. This team is finding their rhythm right now. And hear me out. They don't play till the Monday night. We have 15 days until the Eagles' next game. That feels like a freaking eternity to me. No, a bye week this week, and then the Monday night matchup coming out of the bye versus Green Bay in Green Bay. That is going to be a tough one. 15 days. I think the Birds will be equipped, but you don't like to see that when they're really finding their rhythm right now.
That's right. You're talking momentum here. However, AJ, Cam Jurgens, maybe a little bit with Saquon and Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, right.
I'll take a little bit of that momentum being taken away to give those guys those 2 weeks to be able to get on the mend a little bit, right? I mean, you know, they need the time off. I'll take the time off for those guys more so than the momentum. But you're right, man. I freaking hate because Hurts is in a rhythm right now. It looks like, again, it's 8 quarters. There's a rhythm that we're seeing now with Kevin Patullo and him, okay? And listen, am I going to sit here and say the run game's back? Absolutely not. What I'm going to say is the pass game is looking better than the run game, and this is even after 277 yards because you got some pretty good football teams coming up when you come out of the bye. You got one of the top defensive units when you have to go to Lambeau Field for that Monday night game.
Yep.
And you're going to be taking on quite a test up there at Lambeau.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has really been letting the game come to him. That's the way I like to describe it. He doesn't seem like he's forcing things. He lets the game come, makes the right plays, takes what's given to him, and he's really been capitalizing. A really good couple of weeks from Jalen Hurts following 2 straight losses for the Birds. The first time they had 2 straight losses since 23. They've answered well here with 2 big wins in a row. So good stuff there for the Eagles. Let's go to a couple. Go ahead, Sills. You got something to say?
Yeah, again, Packers, Lions. And remember something also here. So you got the Packers 15 days away, right? Because you got that small bye there. Now with the bye, you've got 15 days because you play on that Monday night. Let's not forget this too. Then you turn around and you play Sunday night against Detroit. That's a Sunday night game. So you're going to go 15, and then throughout the entire day, you're almost getting 16 days. 2 games in 16. I mean, what is it? 24 days. I mean, Zander, that's a lot of time, man. And for you to be able to get healthy there, then you got the Bears.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I like your response. I'll take some momentum loss right now to get some of those guys healthy.
And Zander, remember what you do then? You turn around on Chicago and you play on a Thursday night because that's a Thursday night game. So you got a short
Friday. That's a Friday. That's
Friday. That's Black Friday.
Black Friday after Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right.
So they have
a prime video game. A prime.
They have Packers. Then they have Lions. Then they have is it Lions or is it
It goes Bears, Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers.
Yep, that's what it is. Bears, Chargers. So
and then you're gonna have that. Then you have Raiders, and then you have Commanders and Bills. So take a look at this right here, this little gauntlet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next 8 games are Packers, playoff team. Lions, playoff team. Cowboys, we don't know, but improved. Bears, maybe playoff team. Chargers, playoff team. Commanders, then Bills. So, I mean, it's a pretty good little stretch coming up here. It equals what you did with the start of the season when you come out of this bye.
Yep. Yeah, so definitely have a good schedule here coming up for the team. Going to be interesting to see how they respond. Let's go to some super chats here. Walk out. What's up, brother? I agree with Dan. The loss of momentum with Jalen and the bye is a potential problem. Your show is the best. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't like momentum, but when you have that collection of guys that are injured, I'll take the small momentum hit versus getting my guys a little bit more healthy going in to that stretch run, because those 8 games, Zander, those going to be some tough football games that the Eagles have coming out of that bye.
Yep, I agree. Vitality checks in. Defensive giveaway. Look at all the people. We getting a giveaway with 5. We will do a giveaway. Guys, when you beat the shit out of a divisional opponent, I'm in a better mood, which means we're going to have some giveaways on the channel this week. Jay Fizzle says, I'm impressed with Kevin Petula. Me too.
He's had a good 8 quarters of football. You know, he's going to go as the quarterback goes. And now that you're able to listen, I got to tell you, man, Dexter Lawrence, Brett Toth, when you watch the film and you watch the 22, I thought he had a good day on him. I mean, sure, he got in there a couple times. He's one of the more elite guys, but I thought he played pretty well in there, dude.
Yeah, and Dio says it. Impressed with Toth in the run blocks. Yeah, he was good both pass and run today. Agreed. That, by the way, I love that 6 offensive lineman set that they're using to run the ball. They bring in Fred Johnson, 13 personnel as the second tight end. It's a beautiful thing.
Is it me, or is it that Jalen under center? The offense just looks different and like more rhythm, and it just looks better than him being in the shotgun all the time.
The 65-yard touchdown to start the game was Jalen Hurts under center. Yeah, I don't know why it took so long. And by the way, you know what I hate? I hate the BS narrative that is out there that Jalen Hurts can't play under center. What? I've watched him play under center now for 2 straight games. Is it not his preference to shotgun? Maybe. Say that, though. I've heard 20 times from people in the know that Jalen Hurts doesn't like to play under center. Jalen Hurts isn't good under center. That is total baloney.
If Jalen didn't want to play under center, he would tell those guys, and they wouldn't have the offense to play under center. He probably recommended that.
I think he did.
I think Jalen Hurts probably recommended that.
It may be. Here's Brian. We finally used duos and counters and got 200+ yards. Yeah, they had a lot of different type of run today.
They
Brian,
surely
finally,
did. They went off tackle a little bit more, too, in the run game.
Yeah, they did. Here's that. We got that one. Hammond said, was AJ on the sideline? I don't know. I didn't see him.
I saw him on the sidelines. I did.
Okay. I didn't see him over there. Jalen QBR 141.5 with no AJ. Yeah, big one. Another one. Following up on a perfect passer rating last week, now he has a 141.5. 2 big games in a row for Jalen Hurts. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Took 4 sacks in the ball game, but again, I mean, if you're going to be that efficient, remember, hey, dude, that Brian Burns has already got 11 sacks. That's insanity. He's got 11 sacks on the season.
Dude, he's amazing.
He is some ball player, dude. I mean it. Wow. Yeah, I mean,
he's absolutely a good player. Here's Kimberly. Good.
No. I see what he's doing. He'd rather take the sack than the tough throw that could be an interception. I think that's his mentality. I'll take the sack and the minus yards versus the minus and turning over in possessions.
Yeah, and for the most part, Sills, at least it feels like
they haven't hurt him.
They're not. Well, he doesn't take sacks that are 10 yards. Like they're a couple yards a pop.
How about the 32-yard sack or whatever that thing was? And Tank Bigsby picks that bitch up. He picked that. Hey. Did he pick that up, right? It was like 2nd and 32.
It was 3rd and 31.
3rd and 31, and Bigsby picked that thing up.
Yeah, on an inside zone. That was amazing. Here's Fleming. Oh, no. Kimberly says, AJ's going to be pissed. He'll be gone next season. Kimberly, I'm not worried about next season yet, to be honest with you. I'm really not.
I guarantee you come either today or Monday, there's going to be some sort of out-of-hand tweet that people are going to get rubbed off on, and hopefully he keeps his mouth shut, but I doubt it.
I hope, dude, if he tweets something this week, I will lose. Come on, man. I was Team AJ. You're losing me with the deleting of the tweets of supporting your quarterback who led you to a Super Bowl, who got you 2 straight 1,500-yard seasons, who made you a first-team All-Pro, who made you a Pro Bowler. Look, I understand the offense that sometimes can bother you, can piss you off when you're the 30th ranked offense as they were through 4 or 5 weeks. But to go to that level, I hope AJ takes a back seat. Come on, man. You're a part of a team. If you want to be alone, go be a boxer. Go do something else. You play football.
You're sounding too much with reason. You have too much reason with what you're saying there. What he's done all year has no reason to it. Like you said, he's got a ring. He's got $32 million. He's a centerpiece receiver on a damn good football team. And I just think, again, some people like to see the world burn, and I think that's him.
I hope that's not the case. I've never taken that. I've always hoped that wasn't AJ, but we'll see. Here's Roll Philly. Hurts 4 passing touchdowns. It's almost like we could spread the ball around. Wide receiver 2 better get with the program or get long. He's calling AJ Brown wide receiver 2. Oh my, Roll Philly taking a shot at AJ Brown.
Oh my God, is that not a great tweet? AJ Brown after today has just been delegated to wide receiver 2.
Smitty had a nice game today. You know what I love too? I love Jalen Hurts going to Smitty over the middle, man.
Yes,
going to Smitty over the middle.
You think that was by design,
dude? It's under center. When Jalen goes under center, you'll notice he goes to the middle of the field way more. He even had another completion from under center to the middle of the field that got brought back from a penalty. It was a first down throw to DeVonta Smith. When they're under center, Jalen seems to scan the field much better than when he just drops back in that shotgun look.
How about this, Zander? Becomes less predictable.
100%. I mean, they've all talked about that pretty openly. So that's
obviously less predictable now. Yeah.
No doubt. Here's Brian Pump. Way too many sacks. Egregious sack on first down that Tank bailed out.
I'm not going to be breaking anybody's balls on a sack when you beat a team 38-0, it felt like.
This dude's Pumper, man. You're hanging on for dear life, my friend.
Hey, come on, Pumper.
Call a strike a strike. Call a ball a ball. Trust me, you'll go a lot further that way. These nuts says he doesn't take the Shedeur Sanders at Colorado type of sacks.
Off timing. Eagles wide receiver AJ Brown is officially wide receiver 2. That's a tweet by Big Sills.
Oh, man. Look what you've done, Roll Philly. Look what you've done. Here's Joseph. What's up, Joseph? Tank Bigsby might be our version of Scataboo. I don't know about that, but
dude.
I think he's a good change of pace back for this
team.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. I mean, hey, we now know this. He can't catch punt, but we know he can run the ball. So, hey, guess what? That might be one of the better moves that Howie's made over the last couple months by bringing that guy, because I think he's a nice change of pace. Did you see him run over to the sidelines when Barkley ended up tweaking his hamstring? I think he's over there going like this. Awesome. When you got a dual back situation like that, I think this is going to be less reps for Will Shipley now.
Well, you know what Will Shipley has provided, though? He's been great on kick return. So they almost flip places. Tank becomes the running back, too. And Will Shipley starts returning more kicks, and he's done a decent job at it. So credit to Will Shipley for that.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I think,
might not have worked for the kick returner, but they did work for a running back, too. 9 carries today for over 100 yards for Tank Bigsby. He had a great performance today. Birds get the win, everybody. Back. Pieces restored in Philadelphia, Big Sills. This team is back to winning ways, and they did what they were supposed to do with that team today. They made them look like they weren't the same level of team, and that's what
I cannot wait. You know what's funny? It's funny that we're all waiting now for what AJ's going to do.
AJ's got to shut up, man. Look, I've been team AJ.
He's not going to shut up. He is not going to shut up. You really think that that's a guy that shuts up?
Look at this. Still love you, AJ. Thanks for the memories. Good luck in New England, brother.
That I don't want to see, but
yeah, Brandon, Brandon, you can't go there yet, brother. Come on, Eagle fans. We can't go there yet. We need AJ Brown. All right, we just need him to shut up a little bit and stop it. I think it's disrespectful to the quarterback and to the organization.
It is. It's totally disrespectful to the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. It's one thing to want the offense to be better. I'm completely good with that. Somebody's got to say those things, but it just seems like, and on Boulevard, I think you're right. He's an attention whore, Sills. I mean, Jalen throws a perfect passer rating last week. What does he do? He puts out a cryptic message that everybody breaks down all week. Now he's deleting stuff. He knows people are going to see it. He loves the attention, man. He loves the attention.
Hey, Zander, is this the first game this year that the Eagles have had over 30 rushing attempts?
I mean, I'd have to double check, but probably. I mean, a lot of that is because you had a big lead, right? So you can run the ball like crazy in the second half.
Well, I thought they ran the ball a ton in the beginning of the ball game. I mean, they were running the football like every single play because they were gashing the Giants. I mean, I can't think that they've had a lot of games this year where they've had over 30 carries. I mean, they went for 33 carries. So, I mean, when you get 33 carries, look, you see a lot of cosmetic things that are different in the game since they had that conversation a couple of weeks ago.
Hurts was 9 of 12 in the first half. He only had eight throws in the second half.
Okay. I mean,
he finished 15 of 20. So
Saquon Barkley had 110 yards in the first half.
Yeah, and he ended with 150, but that's where Tank Bigsby came alive, baby. To the tune of 9 for 104. It's freaking Tank season, Big Sills. That was a big run, big play there by Tank. A couple big plays there by Tank. So
what'd you make of the pass rush?
Pass rush is coming alive. I'm finally starting to see him. Now, it's the Giants, but here I'll say this. That Giants offensive line has been playing much better this year, and they were all healthy today. They had Thomas, they had Illuminor, they had Runyon out there, everybody was out there. So I thought the pass rush is showing up more and more these past couple of weeks.
Bro, anytime you get a quarterback that moves around like that, that's impossible to get a guy on the ground. Yeah. And I thought they had a really good day today on getting a guy who's a mobile quarterback on the ground today. I thought they kept him in the box. Look, I'll tell you this. Jaxson Dart's impressive.
He's got great pocket awareness.
When you give him some more weapons, you get Scatterbo back, you get Neighbors back. I'll tell you something. The New York Giants next year, they get some secondary help and some linebackers. I got to tell you, man, I think the New York Giants are in a good place. I mean, Brian Dable may have saved his gig.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's a comedy
show. He's developing, man. He's developing.
I know. And you heard Tom Brady talk about it. This is a good system for Dart to be in. So I don't know, but I will say this. Brian Dable is a comedy show sometimes. I mean, he almost ripped his damn headset microphone off.
He went like this. I mean,
he was pissed off.
Spazzed out on the sideline, man.
As an Eagle fan, I kind of love it. I like to see him spaz.
As a player, I'm kind of inspired by that. I like when my coach blows a nut like that a little bit. I mean, he's getting all. I mean, listen, the refereeing in that game was just brutal. You see, Nick Sirianni almost lost his marbles on the sideline. I mean, dude, both coaches almost had aneurysms on the sideline.
Do you think Jalen Hurts looked more comfortable today with no A.J. Brown out there?
Yes, I do, because anytime that you don't have – I've said this before, Xander. Isn't it funny? Josh Allen got rid of Stephon Diggs. He became a better passer. Patrick Mahomes got rid of Tyreek Hill. He became a better passer because you're forced to throw the ball around and spread the ball out more, and there's not a primary target. Gee, you think there's anything to that when you don't have primary targets like that? If you're not fucking Joe Burrow, dude, I think if you're a defensive coordinator, I don't know where you're going. When you have A.J. Brown on the field, I know where you're going.
Yeah. I wonder, man. Well, there's one thing I noticed, man, and I'm not even talking about on the field stuff right now. Jalen Hurts threw that deep throw to Jahan Dotson, and then Jahan went up and got the ball over on the sideline. I have never once seen Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, at least in the last 2 years, be buddy-buddy after a big play on the sideline. Jalen was over there laughing, dapping up with Jahan Dotson. I'm like, holy, I never seen that with A.J. Brown.
I got to tell you, I think this game brought A.J. Brown and Hurts closer together, or do you think it pushed them further apart?
I think it has the opportunity to do either.
There you go.
If it's up to Jalen Hurts, it'll bring them closer together. Because Jalen Hurts has shown me at every point he's going to do what's best for the team, whether we like it, whether AJ likes it, he might not always be right, but at least that's his intention every time. I don't think you could say the same about A.J. Brown.
You can't. Hey, A.J. Brown, he doesn't show up for the game. DeVonta Smith plays in a Super Bowl with a hamstring injury, and he goes out and plays. Now, I get it. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl. You're going to play. But DeVonta goes out and plays with a hamstring injury. Guy hurts the thumbnail. He ain't playing? All right. All right.
Oh, man. I think the chat is still losing it at you saying what you said about Brian Dable a couple minutes ago about the what did you say? Something about a nut on the sideline? I don't know what the hell you said, man.
Well, I meant like he blew a screw. Everyone.
Yeah, what did you say? He blew a nut? Yeah, I don't know what you meant by that. I'll let you answer to that.
Only some of you would go into the gutter. I meant like a screw, you jackasses. Holy shit.
Oh, man.
I'm going to revoke man cards from some of you guys if you keep it up.
Sills, are the Eagles back?
One more game. 3 games is a trend for me. One more game. Now, Here, it's Green Bay, too. There's no excuses now. It's Green Bay.
That's a tough matchup.
You take fucking care of Green Bay. All right? You know what I'm saying? You're talking about one of the teams that could be in the NFC Championship game. Then you got another team on the other side of that on Sunday night. These next 2 games will tell me. Remember how I told you last year I went like this? Holy shit. When you guys took out the Ravens, I went like this. Holy shit, this team could win the Super Bowl. These next 2 games against Green Bay and Detroit will tell me a lot.
Yep, I agree. Couple big matches. And by the way, the Cowboys have become a good matchup because their offense is
at home in Arlington.
The Bears, I think the Bears lost today. They were on a little bit of a roll. I think they had won 4 straight. I think they lost today. I have to double check that score. I know they were down in the game. So that's not a bad matchup. Ben Johnson has them playing a little bit better. So we do have some opponents on the other side of the bye for sure that are really going to be a good matchup for this team. But boy, if this team plays like they had the last couple of weeks, I think they're going to be in good position to win both of those or all those games.
Health and war of attrition is going to be the major factor in how they come out of that bye. Are they going to be healthy? Is AJ going to be healthy mentally? Is the defense going to continue to get better? I mean, right?
Yeah, no, all valid things, 100%. Let's go to a couple more super chats here. Our guy Edgar checking in. Look at that. Just because I love
Edgar. Thank you, brother.
Guys. Edgar, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Hangry Dogs checks in. Sirianni blows a marble every quarter on the sideline, and Sills is still hating on the Italian and Reich, most winningest coach.
Congratulations to you, guy. I have a certain coach I like. You have a certain coach you follow. And the kind of coach that I like is a little bit different of a coach than what you have, okay? It's so spotty with him. 1 week you hate him, the next week he's the coach. 1 week he's not doing his job, the next week he's giving you bullshit at the microphone. he's not a very consistent guy when it comes to how he deals with his team. That's my problem. He's just not consistent for me. And how players, I mean, look, he may be completely different in that locker room than what he is publicly. And I would probably think that that's probably more true because John sees him in the NovaCare Center. So he's probably more connected with his players there than what he is to the public and what he is on the sidelines.
Well, he is a player's coach. There's no doubt about that. Even the owner spoke about that this week as well. Cheapskate says, Giants update Scat, full dislocation of his ankle, not a fracture. Hate to see it, but hope he recovers fast.
Let me tell you.
All right, I'm not a doctor.
Thing.
Is that a good thing? I am not a doctor.
You do not want a fracture. You do not want a fracture.
You're telling me that ankle, and I'm not. If you didn't see it, I don't even recommend watching.
Dislocated, dude.
That foot was faced the opposite direction of the way it was supposed to be faced, and you're telling me there's no fracture there?
Well,
why does that sound so hard for me to believe?
If he's saying there's no fracture, that is totally what you're praying for. Because when you get a compound fracture, bro, and it pops through your sock, I've seen that on the field. It's the fucking wildest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Zander, it's like a cadaver bone, and you're looking at it, and you're going like this. I had to look at it. I saw guys on the field throwing up when Gerald Riggs did that. I mean, you're hoping, if you're the Giants, for his future and for his health. Yeah. Hey, Zander, get this. I know people.
I'm a football fan. I'm hoping that he's
Zander,
okay.
How about this? Get this. I know people that had their life threatened with a fracture like that.
Yeah, that was nasty looking. You know what else I noticed on that?
There's a massive tendon, Zander, that goes down through that foot down there like that. And if you fracture and you clip that tendon, you could put your health in jeopardy with that kind of injury.
Yeah, well, I hope that's not the case for him. I will say this about that. Not everybody's going to like this. It is what it is. Was that a hip drop tackle? That looked like a hip drop tackle to me.
Well, I know it's one of those stupid. I
know it's one of those stupid rules that they added recently, but
that's so hard to legislate that hip drop like that.
I know it is.
I'll have to go back and look at it, but that's a great observation by you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's whatever it is, what it is, but I hope Scat's all right. I hate seeing injuries in football.
Hey, let me ask you one thing about Scat.
Yeah, go for it.
Doesn't it make you feel better when you gave a guy for me it was Lamar Jackson that I was wrong on. How about for you when you're going like this with Scatterbo? Hey, the kid's turned out to be better than what I thought he was going to be. I thought the guy was a gimmick in college at Arizona State. Doesn't that make you feel good when you go like this? Hey, the guy isn't full of shit. He's really a fucking football player. You're happy for the guy, aren't you? Not when he's playing against the Eagles, but you're happy for the guy that he's turned out to be a good ball player. That's how I get to.
I always tell people I'm a people person first. Athletes are people who play games for a living. The people are important. The games are not. I understand Eagles fans don't want to hear that because the games are important, but yeah, I'm happy for him, no doubt. I mean, that was pretty cool. I hope he bounces back. I really do. Here's A-Team. Nick Winiani, AJ in trouble. Offense looks so much more balanced and spread with AJ not there. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Goddard all-pro season. Goddard it has set his personal record for touchdowns already, and we are in week 8, folks.
I just think the passing game looked even better than last week. I think how about this? Maybe not just the passing game. I thought the offense looked better this week than last week, don't you? Well, wait. You had 270. You had 270 on the ground rushing, and you had 4 touchdowns in the air.
Well, I think where it looked better this week is there was more underneath, over the middle stuff, more layered passing concepts in the game, as opposed to last week was a little bit more.
That's balanced.
Yeah, right. More balanced, I think, offensive is a fair way to look at it.
Yeah, I thought this attack this week was better than what it was. Hey, and by the way, it may be the shitty Giants. It's still a divisional opponent. They draft for you. They sign free agents for you. That's not that easy of a game because
they gave us Saquon Barkley. Until they're above 500, I don't really give a rat's ass about the Giants. So I'm good with them. I hope he does well there. Good stuff. A-Team, appreciate it, man. Edgar becomes a legend member on the channel. Thank you, Edgar. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I got some production to do on the other side so I can get our first segment up on the channel. For those who missed our opening segment, it will be posted up on the channel. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back, give a couple more thoughts on the game. Any super chats we get, we will go to, and then we'll have John McMullen join us from the stadium as well and get his takeaways from the game. Coming up here on the JAKIB Postgame Show. We'll be right back in 3 minutes.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica, who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand.
Thank you.
We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.
Welcome back in, number to the JAKIB Postgame Show here, a Week 8 edition. The Birds get the win today, 38-20. They destroy and beat up on the New York Football Giants. Big Sills coming right to you. Looks like you got something from it.
Yeah, Zander, think of this too. After this win today, 49ers lose. The Bears lost. Cowboys are losing right now. Monday night, you have the Commanders, and then you have the Packers and Steelers. Okay, so you may come out of this game as the #1 team going into the bye in the NFC right now. Detroit's still in that conversation. So it looks like a repeat a little bit of a year ago with Detroit and with the Philadelphia Eagles. You know the game we never got a chance to see last year? Detroit and Philly? We may just get that on that Sunday night game where that's going to be for supremacy. And right now the Buccaneers also, they're winning against New Orleans, so they're probably in that conversation. But that game's going to come down to the fourth quarter, in my opinion, as well. So I'll tell you what, it's tightening up, and you're starting to see a little bit of separation maybe this weekend where it's going to be Detroit and Philadelphia coming out of this Week 8.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Good point by you, too. A couple of the NFC teams around the league losing. Dallas down right now, so we will see how that plays out as well. Big Sills, offensively, early in the year, even with the 4-0 start, I think there was a sense of concern across the region about the way the offense looked. Even after they lost those two games, they were ranked 30th. They weren't moving the ball. They weren't running it well. They weren't passing it extremely well. Now you've had 2 straight weeks of Jalen obviously did what he did last week with the perfect passer rating, 300+ yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. Today, 4 touchdowns through the air, much less passing numbers, but way up in the rushing numbers today. Are you starting to feel like this offense is finding the rhythm that it needs to have in order to be able to compete and play versus the best teams and win in the playoffs?
Again, one more game and getting into the tough part of this schedule here. Also, they're still not very good on third down. And they haven't been very good on third down the entire season. Now, they were only in third down 8 times in this game. And when you got guys running for over 150 yards and 100 yards rush, you can get 2 guys over a C-note, bro. You're not going to be in third down a lot. That's something just to keep an eye on, though, because they lead the NFL still in 3 and outs. And they were 2 of 8 in this game for that as well. So, I mean, that's still something to keep an eye on, especially when they're going to take on better teams.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Saquon, I think getting going is obviously a big thing. And I don't know. I think we're going to need to see a little bit more of that. But yeah. Did you at least see today and say, I don't think Saquon was the problem in the first 7 weeks? What'd you make of that?
I think it had a lot to do with the passing game not being – well, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that the passing game just has been more efficient the last 8 quarters. And then all of a sudden, when you start to get into a position where Barkley's just getting those guys – I mean, the Giants – it turned out to be true, right? They are struggling against the run with all those great talented guys. And Tom Brady said it. Those guys are really great pass rushers, right? They're not. I'm not so sure outside of Dexter Lawrence if you really have great run stoppers in there, because they were getting gashed and a far less than what they got gashed 2 weeks ago. So again, the run game, Zander, 4 quarters of football. That's a really great game. That's not really a great trend so far. Let's see them continue to do it, and let's see them continue to take advantage of what they accomplished today, and let's see the momentum going into these next couple weeks.
Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is playing great football right now as well. The taking care of the football thing has really gone their direction, obviously. He's starting to throw the ball better.
Bro, if he ends up with 27 touchdowns and 2 picks on the season – I mean, you're talking about –
how many touchdowns does he have on the year?
No. What I'm saying is he's on pace for 27 TDs and 2 picks. You get 27 touchdowns and 2 picks, bro. You're going to be in that Josh Allen conversation.
He's on pace for more than that, dude. He's got 15 touchdown passes.
Well, he's on pace for 27 right now.
Where do you get that?
All you do is go over to ESPN and they give you a projection on what the guy –
projection. Okay. Because he's got 15 through 8 games. They have 9 games left. So I'm wondering, if he keeps the same pace, he'll be looking at over 30.
They're going over 8 games. You're going over 2 weeks.
So don't let my
You're going over 2 weeks. They're going over 8 weeks.
Do not let my 4K yards, 30 touchdown prediction come true, because I will be insufferable on your program Monday through Friday.
You just got get this, folks. He just got through saying the run game's back. Well, if the run game's back, that number will come down to passing numbers, just like it did a year ago. You think they're going to continue to throw the ball around? If a guy goes for 150 yards and you got 2 guys going for 200 yards, bro, your guy's going to throw for 150 yards every game. He ain't going to be throwing up near 200 yards. The passing numbers will come down like it did a year ago.
I don't even care about the numbers. I just want Jalen to keep playing good, smart
I care about the balance.
Yeah, and he's just playing good, confident football. He's not putting the ball in harm's way. He's getting the ball to the right spots. He's letting the game come to him. He really looks good right now. There's no doubt about it. So he's done a really good job. Eagles are in a good spot, I think. And if they do get the run game going, it shows you how versatile this team can be. And I think this is why, certainly just speaking for myself, why sometimes I want to see more, because I think they're capable of so much more. And you start to see flashes of it when they put it all together, and you're like, man,
you think they're going to do all this against the Green Bay Packers?
Well, I think it's going to be tougher because you got a better opponent. But I think if the Eagles play their brand of football, I'm not in the opinion that anybody is in their room. If they play their best game week in and week out, I think they're better than anybody they'll play against. Green Bay, Detroit, I don't really care. Take your pick. I'm in.
Well, like I said, I'm taking this with a grain of salt with the guys who they were playing. They had guys who were on the practice squad playing corner today. So I'm going to hang in there until I see.
Well, I understand that. I mean, you're obviously going to have better opponents, but credit to them for taking advantage of it.
Well, completely.
But the Giants, I mean, look, we started the show with that though. we beat the Giants. You're supposed to beat the Giants bad.
But they put their foot on the gas pedal and on their throat, which is what you want to see, man. I mean, that one of the reasons I used to love Steve Spurrier when he used to get asked the question, why'd you run the score up? He goes, what do you want me to do? Tell my guys to throttle it down, especially when we get in big games? We're not throttling shit down. That's the other team's responsibility.
Yeah, you learn bad habits that way.
That's correct. You learn bad habits that way. That's correct.
All right, so as we're going into a bye week here, what's the focus? And I mean, I want you to answer this not only from a player and team perspective, but even from a Howie perspective. The trade deadline is not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. The Eagles have no game next week. I'm not saying are you looking at edge? Are you looking at corner? Are you good with where you are? What do you think the thought process of both the team, the coaches, and even the front office is going into this bye week?
Rest and focus. Rest and focus. Not AJ tweets. Rest and focus. Let's get our guys on the field. Let's go for this stretch run as we come out of that bye, going up to Lambeau. And if I were Howie, the question is going to be, is it going to be a level 2 move or is it going to be a level 3 move? And edge and corner, I still think you're going to need some depth at that. Now, depending on what you think Bennett's going to give you. Remember, you did make some moves and you did give some assets up to the Raiders to bring that guy in. Is he going to help you? Is he not going to help you? Do you need to go out? What type of level of trade are you going to bring into the team? I tell you, one of the more encouraging things defensively is that for the last 8 quarters, Jalen Hunt's showing up.
Jalen
Hunt is showing up.
He's had so many moments, Sills, where he's right there, and now he's starting to get the finishes at the quarterback. Jalen Hunt, baby, he's coming. That's a good thing. The team needs him to come alive. I didn't see much Jahad Campbell today, Sills. I don't know what his snap count was. I'd have to actually look at what it was, but I just feel like this defense is so much better with Nakobe Dean on the field. I can't be upset about it right now.
I will do this, and I will say this about one issue that I still have with your secondary, man. I mean, I saw Reed Blankenship kind of get beat a couple times back there. I mean, guys getting open, him missing some covers. I mean, the kid almost threw for 200 yards in the ball game. He really had nothing in the football game. So to me, I mean, I don't know. I still think Reed's a problem back there. How do you think Zach Bond's playing?
I think Bond played good today, at least from my first watch and just, watching in real time. I don't think he stood out in any negative ways.
I think the star on that team today, I thought Cooper DeJean played another spectacular football game.
DeJean was a good player. You hear Tom Brady talking about
like preseason? No, I'm telling you, I think that guy's going to make all pro. I think that guy's going to be first team all pro, man.
Yeah, well, you heard Tom Brady talking about it. Whenever Tom Brady gives praise to an athlete, I'm going to listen, especially a football player.
And Kyle Hamilton ain't having a year that, he's had in recent memory, even though the Ravens did win today. Boy, I tell you, I don't know, man. I think this guy's playing some really great football. I thought there was a lot of good guys out there playing. Jalen Hunt, man, had a TFL, had a sack, had a pressure, couple quarterback hits. Tomorrow Jomo showed up. Thought the interior guys showed up as well. I mean, dude, there was some really good stuff going on over there on the defensive side. But again, temper it a little bit, And again, I'm not. It's a division opponent, so that kind of evens that out. But it's 8 quarters of really good football, and this is the first complete. Would you not agree? This is the first complete football game they've played.
This is the most complete football game they've played, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So you said earlier in the show that you thought the defensive tackles played really well today.
Yeah.
Kind of expand on that, if you will.
I thought they pushed the pocket a lot. I mean, I thought they kept Jaxson Dart in better than they did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I thought you got really good pressure up front there. And I thought that they really did a nice job.
Yeah.
And I thought that, once Scatterboo went out, now Scatterboo was making some move. Hey, dude, Scatterboo started looking like Barkley coming out of the backfield. He caught that touchdown catch down the sideline, too. Almost the same exact play that Barkley had going down the sideline. I mean, obviously, I thought the 2 defensive tackles, I really thought they controlled the middle of the field. And I thought that gave the linebackers a lot of great scraping. What I mean by that is sideline to sideline. I thought they really did a nice job inside. And that was one of their better games, too, as a duo in that game. Jalen Carter, I mean, I thought he was good. I could make the argument that I thought Jordan Davis had a better game than him today. I thought Jordan Davis really played well today. I thought Carter also played well, but as a duo, that was probably their best game as a defensive tackle duo this year.
I think that's a good point by you, and I think Jordan Davis did have a big game. He had a sack today, so that was good. But I'm less interested in sacks with Jordan Davis and more about the overall.
I like the fact they controlled the pocket. They controlled the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Jaxson Dart, he is good in the pocket, man.
Very hard to get on the ground.
Yeah, he's got good awareness.
Dude, his scrambling ability is as good as it gets.
Yeah, I agree.
And as Tom Brady said, man, he's got a lot of veteran things in him. You could tell Lane Kiffin's influence in coaching him in college.
Yep.
This guy has seen multi-complex defenses, and he's been prepared for the NFL. Lane Kiffin really did a great job preparing Jaxson Dart for his next level.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good stuff there. Big sales. Let's go to a couple super chats. We're going to have John McMullen joining us shortly here on the post-game show once he wraps up with the interviews. I know Jalen Hurts speaks after the game, as well as Nick Sirianni, I think, who already spoke. So I'll get some updates from the comments from those guys on the show in a little bit when we get John McMullen. Jamel Baltimore. What's up, Jamel? Jalen Hurts last 2 weeks, 7 touchdown passes and 9 incompletions. Look at that. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty, Big Sills.
Again, 8 quarters of good football, and a lot of it seems that it has to do with him under center.
Yeah. Well, I think somebody just tweeted me and said, I can't quote this because I didn't hear it, but I'm on the show. Jalen Hurts just said he enjoys being under center and having all the avenues it provides to attack and wants to continue to grow with it. And
he recommended it.
Yeah. That was such a stupid narrative that Jalen Hurts can't line up under center. I mean, come on. Brian Pumper says, fellas, it does look like –
And he was poorly coached.
Right. Fellas, it does look like the kid Campbell hardly played. Don't think I like that. They're better when Dean
just means that Dean's a – when I said this week, you guys all got your little panties in a bind. It's not an indictment on John Campbell. Jacoby Dean's just a better player in 2025. I mean – he's just a better ball player. He's seen more. He's a veteran. It's not shade. I mean, wait a minute. A veteran guy being better than a rookie? I don't know, Xander. I mean, isn't that what it's supposed to be? I mean, we're talking about a good football player here.
My concern was always Dean with the injury. I mean, this is a tough injury.
That's right.
So my concern with him was when he came back.
That narrative hasn't changed at all with him.
No, I mean, he looks as good.
His future with the Eagles is still in question and what they're going to do.
Well, I know, but even just for right now, he looks like he's responded to that injury well.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Well, I think you're right when you look at the full picture of I'm talking about right now, though, how he's helping the 25 Eagles.
Okay.
I'm good with what so that's good for Jacoby Dean. Pop, thank you, brother. Dio says, full ankle dislocation is gruesome. Just no bone through the sock. Gonna love hating on Scatterboo for a long time. It wasn't a catch, no tackle, only pass breakups. What's he talking
about? The no catch. What was he talking about? Was that the one in the back of the end zone that he was talking about? I don't remember what you're talking about there, but the Scatterboo not having it go through the sock is enormous if it wasn't a compound fracture. Dude, I'll take a dislocation of anything that's, I'm not saying he could come back this year, but
he went to the hospital.
Is way better than having a compound fracture.
Yeah, he went to the hospital quick, so I don't think it's good, but I hope he's all good.
I hope you're right. I hope you guys are right. It wasn't a compound fracture.
Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Good stuff, Dio. Appreciate you checking in today. Overall, they're through 8 weeks, and now we have the bye week, so the Birds are going to be able to get a little bit healthy right now. That's obviously the number one thing right now. So it's going into this bye week, right? 15 days until the Green Bay Packers, a much tougher opponent than you had today, but still an opponent. I think we're better than them, man. I know everybody's high on the Packers right now. I'm not a Jordan.
I don't really think it's about the Packers. I think it's about the stretch run you're talking here. Packers, Lions, Cowboys. When you it's like playing in the SEC, Xander. You almost lost to a team that was under 500. And I'm talking about, Alabama almost lost to South Carolina. Why?
Yeah, that was a good game.
You know why? Zander, you're playing week in and week out, really great opponents. You guys got some really good opponents coming up here over the next couple weeks here. Those games take a toll on you, bro.
Yeah.
And if
No,
you don't have the depth and you don't have the 53 man going right now, I'll tell you what, Denver being up on the Cowboys 14-3. Don't look now, but Denver's coming, man. I mean, they're getting better and better and better.
They're beating the Cowboys right now. The Bucks are up right now over the Saints too, so they're going to be 6-2 if they win this football game. They're still early in that game. It's only 7.
I think right now that you're talking the 3 best teams in the NFC. When healthy and full health, I think it's Eagles, Bucks, and Lions. And I think you can. I've said this from the beginning. The Packers, everyone was loving them after 2 weeks. I'm still not there with the Green Bay Packers yet. I want to see them play against the Eagles on Monday night coming out of the bye. I've never been sold on them yet.
The one thing that they have right now, they only have 1 loss.
Okay, well, that doesn't mean anything to me.
I'm just saying. So, that's a seeding thing too. You know what I mean?
Is.
Even the Cowboys, Cowboys only have 3 losses. I know they had the tie, but at the end of the day, they're only 1 game back in the loss column right now. So, we'll see what happens there with themselves. Are you a Kelly Green guy?
Oh my God, that stadium looks so fucking good,
dude. I think it's a different green though.
Dude,
it doesn't look like. It doesn't. No, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Eric Allen was there.
I've always been a Kelly guy.
Hey, Eric Allen was there. They had all the horses in the building too from
Eric
the old
Allen,
days in there. I love it.
It looks like a different shade of Kelly Green though. This time.
Tell me something. Didn't it seem like a different vibe in the? It just looked.
Oh yeah. I love it.
If there's one place that has to love tradition, got to think it's Philly. That would love
Jeffrey Lurie, when he bought the team, he hated the Kelly Green, and he wanted to make it mid. I think it was his ex-wife at the time who hated it.
Yeah, well, guess
That's
what? Thank God that's his ex-wife now, because
I don't know. Maybe it was him that hated it. I don't know. Maybe I just sent some arrows at his ex-wife. Maybe it wasn't her. I know there's a funny story about
maybe that's why he divorced her.
Yeah, I know there's some sort of skullduggery around why. It was his wife now? Oh, shoot. Now
okay.
Jeff might kick me off. He might come in and buy this YouTube channel just so he can get me off the air if I chirp her too much.
Oh, my God.
Brian Fleming, let me step back from that conversation on Jeffrey Lurie. But I do think the Kelly Greens look awesome, man. They are undefeated, too, since they brought them back in.
Love them, man. I think they look great. I think, I just love it. A lot of fond memories. I saw a Jerome Brown sighting, too. They flashed back to the old school, like Philadelphia, when Philly back in the day with Rocky and all that. I dug that, man. That was really cool.
I
Good
agree.
stuff.
I would love for them to go more.
I would like that to be their traditional uniform.
I agree. I think it should be their uniform. I mean, check out this hat. The hat is sweet. All right, we got Johnny Mack in the green room. We're going to talk to J Mac. Eagles get in the win column again today. They win 38-20 over the New York Giants. They moved to 6-2 on the year. Jalen Hurts 15-20, 179, 4 touchdowns today. How about this? 2 running backs over 100 yards today. 14 carries for 150 and a touchdown for Saquon Barkley. 9 carries for 104 for Tank Bigsby. Look out. We have a running back too in Philly. Let's bring up John McMullen, who joins us now here on the postgame show. J Mac, are you with us, my friend?
Yeah, I'm here, guys. Yeah, this is like old school 2024 Eagles football. Obviously, 276 yards rushing, 8.4 yards per carry. As you mentioned, you got 2 running backs averaging in double digits. This is like a college game with Saquon and Tank Bigsby. So, obviously, when you run the football like this makes 17 days ago even more head scratcher. It's like, what went on 17 days ago? But this is what more of you expect from the Philadelphia Eagles against the New York Giants. I think, the Giants have lost 10 straight on the road. They haven't won here since 2014. This is typically what you think you're going to see. And they dominated the football game. I just got done talking to Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts. I asked Nick, is this the best complimentary football game? He didn't want to go down that route because he never wants to make. But obviously it is. The offense plays at this level. That makes it easier on the defense. They're able to pin their ears back. You see more of a pass rush. You see better coverage because Jaxson Dart is dealing with that pass rush. And you see the special teams with Will Shipley getting good kick returns and giving you good field position. This was a complete team win for the Eagles.
How about this, John? Do you temper it, though, by they lose both their corners? They lose Scatterbo in the game. I mean, you give them a little bit here. And, I thought Jaxson Dart, as much as he could, he kept it in there. And by the way, I love the fact that they kept their foot on the gas pedal. Even when those guys went out, they started dominating the football game instead of playing down to their competition. But do you temper it a little bit because the Giants were dealing with so much adversity in the ball game, or no?
Well, that's the NFL, right? I mean, you feel really bad for Cam Scatterbo. I mean, that was a terrible injury, and obviously, I think everybody sees the promise he showed as a rookie and is disappointed by the fact that his season ends that way. But I mean, if you look around this league, and hey, from the Eagles' standpoint, you don't have a second-team All-Pro receiver, you don't have a Pro Bowl center, so. You got to go out there and play. Yep. That's the NFL. And they were able to play at a very efficient level that they hadn't been able to play, let's be honest, with Cam Jurgens and A.J. Brown for most of the season. So I think they do deserve credit for the way they played. But, yeah, I mean, I said from the start that the New York Giants are not the best team in football. So that's why it was so disappointing to lose to them at MetLife Stadium. It's not a good football team.
John, the running game back, I think you saw a lot of things today, John, not just the numbers, man, but the different looks, outside, inside, outside, pitches, a lot of different looks in the run game today. I thought it was Kevin Patullo's best called game of the year. Maybe that's just because of the result, John, but I
the result, you like the result.
Well, the result was good, but no, in all seriousness, there is a level of judgment that I think, has to be on play calling. I understand results are more important, but I do think Kevin Patullo had a good game today, deserves some credit, and the run game got going in a big way.
Well, no, I mean, I'm very consistent. I mean, look, I'm not going to say he had a good game play calling this week when I say not necessarily did he have a bad, because it is. I say it all the time. You're probably tired of hearing me say it. People don't judge play calls; they judge play results. And the reason I say that because we can't judge play calls because we don't know the intent of the play call. We don't know what it's designed to do. We don't know if Saquon Barkley is doing something special. We don't know Brett Toth, who had a great block, and Landon Dickerson, who had a great block, and Jordan Mailata, who got a great kick out, and DeVonta Smith. That's execution. And then bang, you got a running back that can go 65 yards. You saw that how many times last year?
Tell that to Lane Johnson, John, who said last week that they're come on, there is still some level of changing it up to give yourself better opportunities to be successful in your play call.
Well, yeah, but when Lane said predictable, he was talking about getting behind the sticks, making you predictable, which is it makes everybody predictable. So if you're second and 13, you're predictable. I'll ask you guys if you're facing a second and 13, what do you think is going to happen? That doesn't mean you can't run the ball. The Eagles converted, I think, a second and 31 today with a run.
Yes.
But that's just bad defense. The whole point of being, and that's the goal of every defense, to put people behind the sticks so they become one-dimensional, which what does one-dimensional mean? It means predictable. And that's what the Eagles were doing early in the season. They've cleaned it up. They look better. They're more efficient because they've been ahead of the sticks and been on schedule for the most part.
How about this, John? Is it me, John, or Hurts under center? There's just a better flow of the game, it looks like. I mean, it's less predictable. The pass routes the passing routes look a little bit more fluid and open. I mean, the run game has been affected a little bit here when you got Jalen Hurts under center. I mean, that cosmetic look that they've done, it looks like it's up tempo a little more. Am I wrong when I'm saying it just looks like a better offense when he's under center?
Well, they definitely. Well, I think part of it is they haven't done it much, so I think it's surprising some of the opposition because
Yeah.
they're not used to seeing it. And I think as it goes on, you'll probably see a better defensive adjustments to it, and then you'll have to toggle back to some other things. But I think anytime, and the Eagles talk about this all the time. Jalen talks. Anytime you get an unscouted look, it's an unscouted look. So that's what they're giving defenses right now by using that a lot more. They're also using Fred Johnson as an extra tight end a lot more. So they're rolling out these 13 personnels with Fred Johnson, and they've been really effective with that. So there's a number of things that they've done from under center that teams playing the Philadelphia Eagles, especially teams like the Giants that see them all the time, are not used to seeing and don't expect to see. So I think that's part of the advantage of it. But it is nice to see that Jalen Hurts looks very comfortable with it. And I think that's very, very positive.
Can we retire the narrative, John, that that Jalen is the reason they weren't running under the center, or what context would you add to that?
Well, I think that was sort of, spun that way because it spun that way with a lot of young quarterbacks. I talk about it all the time. That's the way college football is played, for the most part, in the pistol or the gun. So the assumption around the league, not just the Eagles, is, well, if you have a young quarterback, just, use him where he's comfortable. That doesn't mean you can't evolve it. And the fact that they're evolving it, I think is very positive. I still think they're always going to be a gun first team the majority of the time. But it's nice to get, it's great to have a 95 mile an hour. Well, 95 isn't good. It's great to have a 103 mile an hour fastball now. But if you have a curveball coming off it, you become a more well-rounded pitcher. So I think it's a very positive thing. They're always going to be gun dominant, but I think it's very positive that they've proven they can do this comfortably.
John, just evaluate for me Jalen Hurts today, man. 15 to 20, 179, 4 touchdowns. He followed up his perfect passer rating week last week with a 141.5 today. Obviously, the numbers aren't as big. The touchdown number is even bigger. I think he's really letting the game come to him right now, John. I'm loving the way he's playing. What did you see from Jalen Hurts today?
Yeah, very efficient, and no surprise, he went right to the running game. I think, when you run for 276 yards, it's a lot easier for any quarterback, not just Jalen Hurts. But I think efficient is the word to use. Probably the only thing you can nitpick is third downs. I think they were 2 for 8 on third downs. That's probably the only thing that was a little bit underwater today. But even that, they were 2 for 2 on fourth downs. Now, granted, the one fourth down should have been a fumble, but I digress. You get a break, you take advantage of it. And that's what they were able to do. So I would say a very, very efficient performance for Jalen Hurts, especially when you consider A.J. Brown's not out there and the history of this offense when A.J. Brown's not out there.
How about this, John? What has to be encouraging is the last 8 quarters, there's Jalix Hunt sightings, and you're starting to see him be more in the defensive boxes when it comes to production. I mean, a sack, TFL. He made some tackles in the run game as well. I mean, that's got to be encouraging, especially with some of the criticism that they've had at the edge.
Well, I think there was a lot of guys showing up in the box score today. I think Jalix is one of them. Morrow, I think, had a sack. Jalen Carter had his first sack. That's crazy, by the way. First sack of the season. Jordan Davis had another sack. He's already at a career high for his career. And you're an old defensive player, Dan. So what is defense? When you play from the lead, it's a lot easier for you guys.
Oh yeah, pin them ears, baby.
Yeah. So I think that's what you saw today with that. I mean, they had a big lead and they knew what we talk about predictable. Giants were pretty predictable down all those points.
Yeah, no, there were no doubt about it. John.
Absolutely, there. Hey, John, would you not agree that potentially this was the best that you've seen Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis play as a duo in that game? Because I thought they did a nice job collapsing the pocket and really kind of held the middle of that defense. 2 weeks ago they gashed him. Obviously, Scatterboo was like a major part of that, but I thought as a duo, those guys played pretty well today.
Yeah, well, remember, Jalen didn't play in that one, so
Yep.
that was a big part of it. Jalen Carter didn't play in that game, but I gotta rewatch it and rewatch the film. But yeah, I thought they were very effective as a whole. I thought this was their best complementary football game. That's what I mentioned in Nick. Not only offense, defense, but also special teams. And complementary means complementary. So the offense was better because. The defense was better because of the running game. The offense was better because of the defense pinning their ears back and getting the football back quickly. And obviously, Will Shipley giving them good field position on a couple of occasions. So I thought it was by far their best complimentary football game in the season.
John, bring us inside. It felt like from my angle, and I only watched the TV broadcast, that when Cam Scatterboo went down, John, that just took the life out of the New York Giants. I mean, this is a team that is not stacked with talent yet. They don't win a lot of football games, and they get these two young rookies, Jaxson Dart and Cam Scatterboo, that have really lifted the entire energy around the franchise. He went down. You could see the anger on Jaxson Dart's face, and it almost felt like the balloon was popped in the entire stadium. That felt like the turning point of the game for me, John. It took the life out of the New York Giants. Bring us inside the stadium for that moment and what you saw after that.
Well, I mean, it's always devastating. It's devastating for the Eagles players to see that. Never mind the Giants players. You never want to see something so ugly. But I kind of mentioned that at halftime. I mean, so it's baked in. Obviously, you're gonna. It's a bad situation when you lose a player like that. But I do think, they were in the game driving. It was 14-7 game. They were in the game driving, and Jaxson Dart threw a nice pass. I think it was third and 6, 3rd and 7 from inside the Eagles 30. Tight end just didn't bring it in. And that turned a potential 14-14 game into 14-10, and then the Eagles get the football back and they just go right down the field. And I think that was more of what happened than everybody's upset that Cam's not only injured, but it's very evident he's done for the season. But they were moving the football, and they were in a position to tie that game after he was injured. And I think that Johnson not coming down with that football, I think that changed the game. Not that I thought the Giants were going to win because they were further up against it with no Scatterboo. But, if it's a 14-14 game and it's late in the second quarter, then you start, maybe the Eagles start thinking, what do we got to do to put this team away? And maybe it shifts in a different direction.
Hey, John, did you get any insight on Barkley's injury? Did anybody say anything about?
Yeah, Saquon talked after the game. He said he's fine. He said, now, remember, they're going on the bye week, so he doesn't have to play next Sunday. So he's already said he'll be, and they get an extra day. It's a Monday night game in Green Bay. So he's kind of snickered when he was asked if he's going to play. So he thinks he's going to play, but I mean, it was evident after that run that he injured something. I thought it was a hamstring looking at it, but turned out to be a groin. And I got a kick out of it because it was 38-13, and the Eagles announced it was a groin and he's questionable to return. I'm like, well, I'm taking the questionable out of it. He's not coming back in a 38-13 game. But yeah, he talked after the game. He's fine. He thinks he'll be ready for Green Bay on November 10th.
John, will we see any tweets or posts from AJ Brown this week?
You're going to have to ask AJ that. I will never predict what AJ is going to do, but yeah, I think he's going to be here. That's my prediction on November 4th.
Well, I mean,
how about this, John? The narrative is now going to be this week, hey, they won without him.
Yeah, well, you know how those narratives go. Yeah, people will say that. I think you kind of saw, like, Jahan Dotson made a nice catch down the stretch, but, I mean, it was DeVonta Smith and
Goddard,
nothing at receiver. So I'd be careful with that narrative. But you're right, it's going to happen. There's no question it's going to happen.
Well, I do think AJ should. I know you've been an AJ guy, and you've always added context to the conversation around AJ and the diva and the wide receiver and all of those different things. But I mean, I don't know if you saw it. Now he's deleting tweets about Jalen Hurts. I mean, I don't know, John. It feels like AJ Brown is just like.
Yeah, well, somebody told me, the Instagram scientist out there told me that he deleted all the Jalen Hurts related. Look, I know there's a lot of gossip people. I'm not a gossip columnist. Rona Barrett. I don't know if Sileo might be old enough to remember that name.
Yeah.
Look, I've said they're not as close as they once were, but they look pretty good on the field together in Minnesota, communicating on those off-schedule plays, and they basically won the game because of 2 or 3 off-schedule plays. So you don't have to be best friends to be work colleagues.
You can't detract from your team, though, John. And I've been Team AJ, but he's starting to do that a little bit, my friend. He is. I'm not saying you're a gossip columnist, but you certainly understand the human element of the game and that part of it.
Well, there's 70 people on the team. If you did a poll, I think one guy would win, and I don't think it'd be the guy that you think would win.
Yeah. Hey.
Are leaders and players like AJ, though, not held to a different set of standards? I mean, I think they are, no?
Yeah, I've said a million times he shouldn't do it. I've said a million times that this is not good for the football team. He should stay off social media. But, I'm also not someone who grew up with social media as part of my life, and it's just a way of doing things. So, and I think he recognizes it too, because he constantly goes through this cycle where he does something and everybody takes the baton and scatters in a million different directions. And he comes back and says, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. And he keeps doing it. So I think that's fair criticism.
I got one here for you, John. If you had to give one game ball today, would it be Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley? Saquon had 174 yards in total offense today and 2 touchdowns versus the efficiency of Jalen Hurts. If you had to,
I want to give it to. Can I give it to somebody else? I want to give it to.
Goddard.
I want to give it to Brett Toth.
Oh, I like it.
Hey, John. I said to Zander at the open, I go, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, but I'm going to tell you. I couldn't believe the job that guy did on Dexter Lawrence, dude.
Oh, amazing. And so many of those outside runs, he was the guy getting out on the kick block. He was showing his mobility. He did a really good job.
He did.
I'm sure there's going to be, I'm sure there's going to be plays he got beat, but for what was expected of him, he played a really good game, and I think the running game, and I think this is evidenced by, look, the running game won the game from an offensive perspective, and you can give it to Saquon, but Tank ran for 100 yards and had a higher yards per carry.
Yeah, 9 carries, 104 for Tank today, John.
And you could say you can give it to Tank, but, that was in garbage time, and obviously Saquon had set it up. I'm just saying, I did not expect much from Brett, and you got a lot from Brett Toth. So it's one of those things where, was he the best player on the field? Obviously not. But if you're telling me as a coach who I'm giving a game ball, and they give out 18 game balls now anyway, but If I had to give it out to one guy, I'd go Brett Toth for that performance in that situation.
Good stuff, John. 15 days until their next game, and this is a team finding a little bit of momentum right now. I think obviously it's a good thing from the health of the team. Do you put any stock in, maybe losing some of that momentum? They do not play again for 15 days, John.
No, I always think in a sport where injuries, we're talking about Saquon groin, and there's no doubt in his mind he's playing on November 10th. I'm sure there would be doubt in his mind if he had to play next week. So there's some good to the bye week. Guys can get healthy. You saw what it did for them last year. They have an opportunity to take a step back, see what's working, see what's not working. I always like the later the bye, the better, to get as many as guys healthy as possible. All of a sudden, Nolan Smith might be back after the bye. Brandon Graham will be back in the lineup after the bye. So you're getting guys back. They did all this today with Jalix Hunt, Josh Uche, and Patrick Johnson, some Jahad Campbell. And by the way, let's give some shout out to Nakobe Dean as well. He's showing up very quickly with this team and coming back from a very serious injury. So I think a bye this late in the season is a lot more positive than the bye they had early last season. And that sort of, almost lifted them to start their Super Bowl run. So I never look at a bye and say, "Ooh, you'd like to get back out there." You need those buys in this league just because it's so brutal on the body.
Yeah, no doubt. Johnny Mac, good stuff today, brother. Your final takeaway in the game: Eagles moved to 6-2 on the year, in a good spot heading into the bye week.
Yeah, best performance, like I said, of the season, offense, defense, special teams as a collaboration, 38-20 blowouts, but it's going to get tougher after the bye. Green Bay, Monday Night Football, and then the Detroit Lions coming into Lincoln Financial Field. That's a game. I rarely get excited about regular season games in the NFL, but that one I have a little check mark next to that one. That one should be fun.
John, that's the game everyone wanted to see last year. And
yeah, exactly.
So we're going to get a chance to see that game. And like you said, the next 8 quarters. And then after that, John, you got Cowboys. You also have the Bears. Then you've got like the Bills down there. You've got the Commanders down there. It's going to be a pretty good stretch run down there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this was a, payback game, necessary evil. But, I said before the Vikings game, and I'm not wavering on that. I didn't think I was going to learn that much about the Eagles against Minnesota and the Giants. I don't think we have, other than they're heading in. They're taking steps forward, positive steps. But after the next 2 games, after the bye week, then you have Green Bay, then Detroit. And even if you want to extend it to Dallas, in Dallas, then I think you'll know what the Eagles are.
No doubt. Johnny Mac, good stuff, brother. Appreciate you doing it. I will talk to you tomorrow on a Monday edition of Birds 365. Thank you, brother.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
There's Johnny Mac. John McMullen joining us right here. I was trying to get John to take a little bit of that A.J. Brown bait. I knew he wouldn't do it, but I tried to get him to go there. Big Sills, your final thoughts here. Eagles moved to 6-2. Jalen Hurts is delivering the goods. Your final thoughts here, Sills.
Well, if I'm giving a game ball, I'm giving it to Barkley in that ball game. I mean, Barkley was the star in that game. And I'll go back and say something to you again here, Zander. Bucks are up right now, 14-3. Cowboys are losing right now with 2 minutes into the second here to the Broncos. That's up at Mile High there, too. And then, you look down the line here and you look at some of these NFC teams. I mean, the Bears got shellacked today by the Ravens. And the 49ers got it taken to them. And then you got the Commanders versus the Chiefs on Monday night. That game, those next 2 games, Packers and Lions, boy, going into a bye, you get maybe this bye is coming at the perfect time. You heard John say that Nolan Smith coming back, another week of practice for Brandon Graham also to get himself a little bit readier for the stretch run here. That game is going to mean a lot Detroit and Philly in Philly Sunday night. That's going to mean a lot if they take care of business going up to Lambeau. 8 quarters of football. It's starting to see a trend here where they're starting to turn the corner, getting the passing game going. Today they got both. It was a divisional opponent, so a lot to be excited about if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan heading into the bye at 6-2. If you told me 6-2, I think that's a great record right now going into the bye.
I agree. 2 supers, then we'll run here. Sales Brody checks in. Saquon to Aaron Andrews speaking on the bye week. Time to heal up, and get away from each other a little bit. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Brody, are you playing us, Brody?
Wait a minute. That's for Monday right there, baby.
Brody,
yes,
you got
sir. How you doing?
Carson says, go Birds. Great show like always. Thanks, Carson. All right, Big Sales. Good show, brother. Appreciate you doing it. We will see you tomorrow.
Wait a second. I got one last one here for you, Big Z.
All right. What is it?
Will we hear from AJ between tonight and tomorrow?
I'm going to say he's going to push it to like Tuesday this week.
He's going to push it to Tuesday. Big Z, I'll catch you tomorrow on Birds 365. And don't forget, our show, the National Football Show, man. Great win today. Great 8 quarters of football. Best balanced football attack they've had all year. We will see you tomorrow on the National Football Show.
Later, Big Sills. Good stuff from Big Sills. Dan Sileo there, host of the National Football Show, 2 to 6 every Monday through Friday. Birds get the win today, everybody. Let's get this post-game show in tonight. I'm looking to get out of Dodge today. What time? Who is the night game tonight? Who is the night game tonight? Huh? Who's the night game tonight? Weird week in the NFL. Ooh, Packers, Steelers. That is a good game. That is a good game, folks. Packers, Steelers tonight. Yeah, the commies is Monday, so that'll be good. Packers and Pittsburgh. That's a good game. I like that one. All right, everybody. Good win today, man. Great win for this team. Well, I'll tell you what. I always try and tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to always tell you what's on my mind. Let's give a clap it up for Jalen Hurts, man. All right. I was tough on him. I know I was, and I understand not everybody likes that, but I will always try and be honest with you guys and call a spade, at least, from my view. It doesn't mean I'll always be right, but I will always try to do it. I was tough on Jalen the last 2 weeks when we had those 2 straight losses. Jalen, you got to elevate this team. You got to play elite. You got to do all these things. Well, Hurts has come out with 2 really, really dominant football games, letting the game come to him, making all the throws, smart with the football, touchdown throws, moving the ball down the field, running at the right times. I mean, Jalen just looks really good right now. So definitely deserves a lot of credit for that. And if you look, the whole team is coming together in a way. The whole team is coming together in a way. The running game is starting to work. You can see, the defensive line looks a little bit better. Even Brett Toth and the offensive line found some rhythm today. I love the six offensive lineman set they're using. It's 13 personnel. They bring in Fred Johnson as a second tight end. They're able to run the ball out of that. So, I think this team is in a good spot going into the bye week. Everything is out in front of them. And if the run game is going to start working like this, they are going to be a perennial. They are going to be a problem in the playoffs for anybody that deals with them. All right, if the run game can get going like this. By the way, Tank Bigsby, baby. Tank Bigsby. I mean, how about that? 2 running backs over a century mark today? That's incredible. So Eagles in a good spot right now, everybody. All right. Don't look now. Jalen Hurts might be in the MVP conversation. Don't look now and don't blink. Jalen Hurts might be in the MVP conversation. 15 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. He had a 141 rating today after a 158.3 perfect last week. Jalen Hurts finding rhythm at the perfect time going into the bye week. Good for Jalen. Well done. Well done by Jalen. I'll tell you, everybody, this. I was Team AJ early in the year. I am absolutely 100% stone cold fed up with A.J. Brown and the bullshit postings. All right, I hope he learns. Oh, my God, Bronco touchdown. What a freaking throw that was by Bo Nix. Sorry to get distracted. I am a little bit fed up with A.J. Brown, man. I love. Now he's deleting stuff from his Twitter where he gave Jalen credit even years ago, 2018, 2020. You guys sent me some of this stuff. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, that is just stupid and ridiculous if you're A.J. Brown. So hopefully he stops doing that bullshit, and maybe he learned something from today. All right, maybe he learned something from today. All right, let it go. Senor says flip-flop. Senor, I call it how it is, man. The team is week in and week out. All right, if you think I'm going to have the same take every single week, you might have the IQ of a fucking snail. All right, Senorita? You hear me, Senorita? The games are different from week to week. The players are different from week to week. It is what it is. All right? I call a fastball, a strike, and I'll try and always do that. That's my promise to you. It doesn't mean I'll always be right, but I will always try and do that for you. All right? AJ, even the optimistic Aussie is getting sick of the guy. Holy moly. Snails might be smart. No, they are not smart. All right? If you live your whole life moving at, a tenth of a mile an hour, Fleming, I can assume you're not smart. AJ's on his way to becoming an expensive decoy. I agree, Morty. You know what's the sad part that I hope he realizes too? If he doesn't correct this and extend his career in Philly, he's going to become a journeyman wide receiver. That's what nobody could. His next team is not going to keep him for 4 years. I guarantee it. He's a 28-year-old wide receiver. All right. So he better get with the program. Steven says, Xander, you were wrong about Dak. Well, I'm not watching the game. I have it on here, but I'm hosting a show. So I don't think I'm wrong about Dak. Steven, it's a week-to-week league. Through 7 weeks, Dak was one of the best quarterbacks in pro football. If Dak stops being one of the best quarterbacks in pro football, I will tell you. I don't think that makes me wrong about Dak. Okay. Did Dak have a good weeks 1 through 7? Steven, yes or no question. Answer it with yes or no. Was Dak Prescott a good quarterback from weeks 1 through week 7? It's a yes or no. If you put in more than a yes or no, I'm not bringing up your shitty comment. Yes or no. Was Dak Prescott a good quarterback from weeks 1 through week 7? Can you answer the question? Can you answer that question for me, Steven? No. All right, you guys are dumb. Dak sucks. Hey, classic Eagle fan. You can choose to live in delusion. That's not the type of fan I like to be. I like to look and be objective and watch great football and appreciate good performances and give players credit who play well, analyze the game, look at who the best opponents are, look at what's going on around the league. I like to watch the game of football. I know you guys just like to be patted on your booty and told how great the Eagles are every single day and every single week. Jacob ain't the program for you. All right? I didn't say I want AJ gone. I told him I want him to shut the fuck up. Absolutely. All right. All you buttercups. Where are my Eagle buttercups? All you Eagle buttercups. What? When did Phil? I'm telling you now. I'm convinced of this. I am absolutely 100% convinced of this. All the people who whine and cry like some of the Eagles fans in here do. I don't think any of them are from Philly. I really don't. I don't think one of them is from Philly. Because if you talk to Philly people, that's not how they talk about their teams. All right? Philly people call a spade a spade. If somebody's not playing good, they tell them they're not playing good. If somebody's playing good, they give them credit for playing good. This new era of fan where it's like, how could you say another player on another team is good? And don't criticize my quarterback. Holy moly. Where are you people from? Is this what happens when you win Super Bowls, everybody? We got bandwagon fans. We got bandwagon fans. Is that what's happening? Is that where Anton came from? We started to be successful. Is that what's happening? Oh, bad Dak interception. I see it. Dak with a pick. Dak with a pick. Oh, my. Dakota decided to go pumpkin on us early. We all knew it would come at the end of the year, but it is coming early. Dakota. K. Smith, Xander, where'd you get the new lid? You like that lid? I love this lid, man. That is an elite lid right there. All right. I don't buy much Eagle merch because I got so much of it. I mean, I'm just looking up my desk right now. Just sitting here. 4 brand new Eagle hats. I got 1 Super Bowl hat there. I got a nice Kelly Green 1933 established Eagle hat there. I got a Salute the Service Eagle hat here. I got another one of the LIX Super Bowl green hats here. I got so much Eagle shit. I got more jerseys than I know what to do with. Eagle jerseys. I don't typically like to spend my money on Eagle merch because I got so much of it. Normally. And I give it all away to the channel. I don't really keep any of it for myself. I'm uninterested in it. I give it all away to the great people of JAKIB Nation. But I saw this hat and I'm like, I gotta buy that hat. I gotta buy that hat. So I run up the card. Inflation has hit hats, everybody. You guys should thank me. My JAKIB hats are $25 on the website. I make about $1.87 profit every time you order one. So thank you for the $2 if you order one. I walk in and up to the counter with this hat. She's like, $43. I'm like, I got a hat and a pack of Big League Chew. What do you mean $43? I got a hat and a pack of Big League Chew. I got the sour apple Big League Chew. Good stuff. I love Big League Chew. I always have. Inflation has hit the hats, folks. Inflation has hit the hats. I will be upping the JAKIB hat price after that interaction. All right, the count of 43. Excuse me, what? I got a hat, man. This isn't a jersey. I just got a hat and a Big League Chew. 43. Huh? It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. I had to buy it, though. Let's go to Fleming, who's been crying for 13 minutes about his super chat. You think AJ not being a distraction led to this route? Well, I will say, it's one of those correlation or causation arguments, Correlation does not always mean causation, but I do think it's interesting that Jalen looked more comfortable, and I will say this. I saw Jalen over there on the sideline happy with Jahan Dotson after the touchdown throw. You don't see that often with Jalen and AJ. Like even that seam route last week to AJ. Did you guys see the clip that was floating around? I think it was NFL Films put it up. Jalen speed walks by him on the sideline. Good timing there. I'm just like, boy, they really don't like each other. I don't really care. At the end of the day, it's Jalen's team. It's not AJ's team. It's not AJ's team. All right. Flex, Flex, I don't throw that word around a lot because I think it's overused. And I think everybody says everybody is jealous. I'm sensing some jealousy from AJ Brown for sure. Remember, Flex, remember this. Last week, Jalen Hurts threw a perfect passer rating game. AJ Brown had 2 touchdowns and 120 yards in the game. But what happened? Jalen's story with the 158.3 got the headline. And DeVonta Smith outgained him as a receiver on his own team. What's he do? Let me make the most cryptic post I possibly can so I can have everybody talk about me. He's an attention whore. AJ, I love you. I've always been a big fan. I've always professed myself to be Team AJ. You want to fix the offense, I'm with you. You can't be the 30th ranked offense. He's a little bit of an attention whore, AJ Brown. Maybe Sills is on to something. When Saquon Barkley showed up and this offense started going through him, that's when AJ really started losing it. I don't know. I hope he kind of just shuts up, though, you know? Oh, man. When you lose Texas T, you're not in a good spot. Texas T, you're AJ lost you. I'm telling you, man, deleting tweets about Jalen was not cool. People like John will always dismiss that stuff because John doesn't understand the social media world. And I get that. That's okay. I'm sure we have older people in here who might not understand it either, but at the end of the day, that's a low move. That's a low move. K. Smith, I love people who say this. K. Smith, why are you telling me to stop? Tell AJ Brown to fucking stop, dude. Don't direct your anger at me. You sound like another guy with a snail IQ. What are you directing? AJ Brown is the one who's tweeting every week. AJ Brown is the guy who deleted all the posts giving Jalen Hurts credit. Not me. Not me. You know, K. Smith, a wise man, once told me, don't listen to what I say. Watch what I do. Okay? K. Smith, now you might want to watch what AJ does instead of listening and stop, Z. This is all your fault. It's the media. Ah! Come on, man. AJ Brown can't leave it alone. The team is 6-2. Jalen Hurts threw a perfect game last week. He needs all the attention on him. I'm with you, Flex. AJ, it's time to just shut up. Or just come out and say you don't want to be here. I'd rather you do that than undermine your quarterback in the ways that he has. All right? What's going on in these games around the league? Let me send in the... All right, who's ready for the post-game show? How many of you are coming on? That's the real question. That's the real question. I can't believe the Bears are winners of 4 straight, and then they come in and get their ass beat by the... Who was the quarterback for the Ravens today? Yeah, Dak doesn't look very good today, huh? All right. All right, let me send this link out. Let me send this link out. We got a good Sunday night game tonight. Very good Sunday night game tonight. All right. Very good Sunday night game. Link is in the chat. Link is in the chat. Sam Carl says, what did he say? Relax, LL. Sam, I'm pretty relaxed, to be honest with you. I'm a fan of the Eagles before I'm a fan of A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was – the thing I didn't like, Sam, was A.J. So some of his old tweets from like 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, even 22 of him like tweeting about his quarterback, Jalen Hurts, giving him credit. Like they were nice tweets of like, I trust QB1 and all these different things. He went back and deleted them all because people started retweeting them. And it's just like, all right, dude, how much attention do you really need? How much attention do you really need? You're undermining your quarterback. It's stupid. Here's Junior. Can't believe J-Mac went on any outing A.J. Brown has had and posted. Like his engagement, teammates are there, but never is Jalen seen. Well, him and Jalen don't like each other. It's very obvious. It's very clear at this point. All right? But I don't really care. I just want them to produce on the football field. I have Joe Whipp in here. I know what Joe Whipp's going to say. Ready, Joe? I'll speak for you. I don't like speaking for people. I'm not going to speak for you, actually, but I'll guess on what you're going to say. But like Stephen A. does, get off the weed. That's what Stephen A. says. Joe Whipp is like, get off the social media. That's Joe Whipp. He's going to be on in just a second. All right? All right? He's going to be on in a second. Alexander, what's up, brother? Appreciate the super chat. John is always talking about context. So before we get all hype about the offense without AJ, please remember we played the Giants and they had 2 practice squad corners playing. There's no doubt about that, Andrew or Alexander. But at the end of the day, it was a good performance. I'll still take it. All right. I agree, A-team. I agree, brother. All right, let's bring them up. We got some people in the green room right now. Joe Whipp coming to you first. I think I have that same Kelly Green shirt he's rocking. What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Xander.
Like that Kelly Green.
You were right. Stay off social media.
Yeah, I knew.
I'm with Johnny Mac. I grew up without social media, and I'm not on it, and I don't give a crap.
But you understand that it is a big part of society today, and certainly these young players.
Yeah, well, my kids are 32 and 30, and they don't go on it much. So,
They're maybe a notch early.
I don't. I just don't see the point in it. And so, but that's just me. I'm old. I'm old school. You're talking about this AJ guy. Who are you talking about?
Not Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah,
produced AJ today. Yeah, he should just shut the fuck up and play football.
I agree. It's time to shut up.
I don't get this kind of this me crap. It's a team sport. It should be played as a team sport, and everybody wins together or loses together.
I agree. What'd you make of the game today, Joe? Good game.
Well, I like. There were some things I didn't like, and I'll say what they were. So the undisciplined, the stupid penalties, the false starts.
Yeah, they are an undisciplined team this year. Yeah,
delay a game. Those things, because it seems to me when they don't generate any yardage on first down, it's 3 and out. So if they have a false start at 1st and 10, they're 1st and 15. Most of the time it's like boom, 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 punt. So they can't keep doing that. That's their self-inflicted wounds. Other than that, I thought they played really well. I said on last week's post game show they need to vary their blocking schemes, and they did. And they attacked the edge, which they haven't been doing, and they had results. And you had Toth, who played very well, so he was not as compromised on the run game as Cam Jurgens is, and they were able to run the ball. So I just think it's a combination of running the same interior running plays and the compromised O-line.
Yeah,
I thought Landon Dickerson played way better today than he.
Sometimes it feels like the fans know a lot in this city.
I don't know why we have to figure it out before the coaches do, but
I
that's.
Know. Hey, Kevin, the middle of the O-line isn't good. Maybe run around the tackles who are still playing good.
Well, you've got Malata and Dickerson. Just run right behind them.
I know.
I mean, I don't understand this crap.
Well, they got it going today. They ran for how many yards today? 270 or
271.
Big game, man. Big game.
And Jalen played well.
276.
So, I mean, the defense, I knew Jalix Hunt was going to, show up. And then the next game, you're going to have probably Nolan Smith. And you're going to have Brandon Graham, who's going to be like shot out of a cannon.
You think so?
Monday Night Football in Green Bay. Oh yeah, he's going to be hyped up. He's probably going to kick some ass next, when they play the Packers. I think the Eagles will beat the Packers pretty easily.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think the Packers are as good as.
I just can't buy Jordan Love. I'm not buying Jordan Love, dude. That's my problem with the Packers. And they do have a good roster, though.
Yeah, but I don't think they're as good as people think they are. People are thinking about when they, a couple years ago when they rolled the Cowboys and should have beaten the 49ers. And, Jordan Love spit up the bit at the end of that 49ers game in the playoffs a couple years ago. And he hasn't been, a great quarterback, top 5 since. And I have to say, what were the Tennessee Titans thinking about drafting Cam Ward and not Jaxson Dart?
I don't think their problems are Cam Ward, my friend.
No, but Jaxson Dart's he's a way better quarterback than Cam.
He's
Ward.
Good.
I mean, I have a lot of respect.
That one throw that Jaxson Dart had, his best throw of the game, Theo Johnson just let it go right through his head. That was such a good throw.
He throws a really nice ball. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. The Giants have somebody good there.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do, man. That Scatterboo thing was nasty, wasn't it?
I have a, as you know, I have an 83-inch screen.
Yeah, you got a big one.
And I saw it, and I went, holy shit, that was bad. Please don't show it again.
Bro, I hate
like Joe Theismann on Monday Night Football.
I hate watching those injuries.
Yeah, it actually made me sick to my stomach.
Always does. Me too, man. That and head injuries. I hate watching players bash their head on the ground. Trust me.
Well, the fans gave him a standing ovation as he was carted off the field.
They should. And I wanted to say that publicly because people will always turn Philly fans into something that they're not. So I made sure I said that publicly. Joe, good stuff today, brother. Appreciate you doing it.
I have one other thing for you, Zander. I'm going to pull an Akbar on you. I'm not going to shut up.
All right,
I thought it was funny in the chat where you were, Dak, and right after that he threw one of the worst picks I've seen this year. So keep it up, Zander.
Yeah, well, Dak, if he turns into a pumpkin, I will say he has turned into a pumpkin.
It is Halloween week. It's time for pumpkins.
That's true, no doubt. All right, Joe, good stuff.
All right, take it easy. Have fun, everybody.
All right, later, dude. There's Joe Whipp joining us right here on the Post Game Show. Always good to talk to Joe Whipp each and every week. Let's go to my main man, Lucius the Show, joining me right now on the Post Game Show. What's up, Lucius? How you doing, brother?
What is good? How you doing, Zander?
I'm good, man. Looking good, sounding good. What'd you make of the game today? We beat the shit out of the New York Giants today, brother.
I mean, I was unimpressed by the Giants.
Okay.
I knew they were going to come back down to earth. Hey, look. So all week, drama. What I found from Jalen Hurts is that you could talk all y'all want to about him, about AJ. You're just going to go out there and take care of business. I don't know, 179, 4 touchdowns, 141 rating. Nothing affects this guy. And then turns out that combo blocks to the outside, like Joe Whipp was sitting there talking about, and you can get not only Saquon, but Tank Bigsby. We were trashing that guy. Oh, the picks weren't worth it. The picks were worth it. Oh, my God. We got a number 2 running back. Now we got what we didn't have in Kenneth Gainwell that we wanted all these years, a dual back system. You can go to either one of them. They can run the same. They can spell each other. And Jalen Hurts can just pick his poison. AJ, here's the plea. Shut the fuck up. My God. Jesus Christ, man. Shut up. Leave in the offseason. Get your second ring. Do your part, man. This
offense doing as an Eagle fan, right? Like at this point, you're just like, all right, AJ, I'm done with it.
Yeah, like there's no reason, man. All right, I'm not getting 200 yards a game, but you knew it. You signed. You knew the way the offense was going. You knew what you were getting into. So since you know what you're getting into, shut up. But I'm not here to talk about the offense. I'm here to talk about 500 favorite player, Jordan Davis. Why is nobody talking about him?
He played great today.
Oh my God, did he play great? Like he goes unsung, but he has freed up his running mate, back number 17, to Kobe Dean. Those two guys on the field is a different defense. They play off each other so well. That Georgia connection flows through. N'Kobe knows where he's going to be. He fills in where he's not. He has a pass rush. The dude had a swim move, for Christ's sake. Jordan Davis with a swim move? Who thought that was going to happen? And now, if Jalen Carter gets in shape, because he's not in shape, he's still not in shape. You can see him gas. Hope this bye week he gets into his head, gets out of his head, and then comes back on the thing. Now we have 3 viable linemen because Jalen Hunt. Welcome to the season. Yeah. And last week, Jalen Hunt has decided to turn it up. And if we can get a pass rusher, because we need another one. I don't want to hear Nolan Smith. I don't want to hear old ass BG. Love BG. Don't want to hear it. I mean, he's 37 years old. He's not going to come in there, doing pass rush and get you like 8 sacks for the rest of the season. We need somebody to go do your job. We actually have something. And unfortunately, we had a corner issue. That's not.
They didn't really enjoy it today.
That's not Ringo though. Like Q, what's going on, bro? How's it going? Did you? Right? No. Look back at the game. Q was having some issues.
I thought that pass interference call was spotty, in my opinion.
That was a bullshit call. He got burnt. Yeah. He got bailed out by the refs. Q, my guy, you play handsy. If you're going to play handsy, at least win a hand fight. You got sunned by Slayton. My God, Slayton? That guy wasn't.
I don't think you're wrong. I think Q is a very handsy corner. I know Eagles fans don't like, man. He does do something. He gets away with some calls for sure.
He gets away with a lot of calls. And honestly, we got a problem where Reed Blankenship proved that he's not 15, he's not 9, he's not 8, he's a free agent. We have holes. The only way to fill these holes, because we're not going to get people to fill in this one, we need to get that pass rush going. But they showed up a little bit. Campbell on the line, give him some time, everybody. If Campbell has a pass rusher, give him some time. He's just doing it like full time for.
He's small, dude. He's not big. He's not grown into his NFL body yet. Especially for an edge.
He hasn't, and he's not going to be the answer now. But he is like still says going to push the issue because Dean, depending on how much you want, you might price yourself up, but you're too damn good of a player. We can't let Kobe Dean go. We got to figure something out. And maybe letting AJ go in the offseason is the way we keep Dean on the team.
Yeah.
Think about it long term, but for this time, AJ, shut up, get a second ring, get on out of here.
No doubt. All right, last question for you. I meant to ask Joe Whip this. Joe, if you're in the comment section, drop your answer in the comment. Kelly Green or Midnight Green?
Kelly Green. I grew up. I'm old. I don't look old, but I'm really old. I grew up Kelly Green. I hated when Jeffrey came here and said no more Kelly Green. This is our color. This is our city right here. It's Kelly Green all day. Nothing against Midnight Green, but it's Kelly Green. Like it's just we are undefeated since we brought back Kelly Green and Kelly Green. Like,
I got to be honest, Lucius, you look fly in that DeVonta Smith jersey with the Kelly Green hat combo. You're feeling yourself over there, and you should be. It's looking good on you.
Yeah, and in the wintertime when you see my Kelly Green hoodies, they're crazy too. Like it's not cool up here in Virginia yet, but I'm ready to go.
I hear you, brother. All right, man. Good stuff. Appreciate you joining in today. I'll talk to you again soon. All right, brother.
Appreciate you.
Later, dude. My man Lucius the Show. Good stuff from Lucius the Show. Rocking that Kelly Green DeVonta Smith jersey, fresh from the JAKIB giveaway. Lucius is a legend member here on JAKIB Sports. Good stuff. Let me go to my man Josh Herman. What up, Herman?
What's up, D? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. You know, Eagles win every Sunday is always a good day, and it looks like Dallas is getting the doors blown off of them by Denver right now. So, I mean, hey, what else can you ask for?
I got you. Does that say Micah on your arms? You got a son named Micah? Is that my guess?
Yeah, it's just a Bible verse.
Oh, Bible verse.
But I got my Saquon jersey, courtesy of the good people at JAKIB back there, and then DeVonta Smith signed one right there.
Love it, my man.
Yeah, I got I know I've been hard on our boy Jalen. You know, last couple weeks. If you always see my super chats, you know I'm always hard on that boy Jalen. I'm not quite sold on him, but I'll give credit when credit is due, and definitely step up and eat my words a little bit. He had a good game. Now, granted, I mean he's had two good, solid games against two crappy teams. But credit where credit is due. He had 4 touchdowns this game. I think he had 3 last game. No picks. He did what he was expected to do against the Giants, man. I mean, I didn't see him. I mean, he had some good runs in there. I didn't see him. He did take, 4 sacks or whatever it was. But like I said, I didn't see him do anything that I would consider egregious. I'm always hard on him. You know, I think me, B-Pump, and Sills are always looking at him and trying to look at that. But I mean,
anytime you mention yourself with B-Pump, you might have a problem, my friend.
Well, look, man, I mean, I'm not going to excuse what he did. You know, he's very inconsistent as a passer, but I'll give credit where it's due. He's had 2 good games against Minnesota and the Giants. But I mean, again, those are 2 shitty teams. Minnesota just got the doors beat off of them by LA. I mean, and we got the bye week coming up, and we've got 2, playoff teams coming up with the Packers and who else is it? It's anyway, I can't think of it, but I mean, let's do the Lions, the Packers and the Lions. So I mean, we'll see what he does then, and if he keeps up this streak, I mean, hey, keep it up. I mean, it's only good for the birds, but if he doesn't, then I'm right back in the same camp I was. I think he's inconsistent as a passer. I know A.J. Brown is throwing a tantrum right now with all these, cryptic tweets, and allegedly he's deleting stuff about Jalen on Twitter. But, I mean, if I was him, I'd be pissed too. Like, bro, I'm a star. I'm a diva. He is a star. He is a diva. But, I mean, lots of receivers are divas and stars. Randy Moss, Terrell Owens. He's not. Yeah, I mean, I mean. All
right, Josh, ready? I'm going to hold you to the fire. Ready? Welcome to the screen.
All right,
people
let's
are saying you are a Jalen hater.
Okay, that's fair.
Your response?
I'm an Eagles fan. Okay, not one player is above the Philadelphia Eagles. And look, if Jalen has success for the Eagles, which I hope he does, it can only lead to better things for, the Eagles as a franchise. But right now, I see inconsistency. I don't see a quarterback that goes out and can win the game with his arm. I think today he managed the game very well, and he did what was expected of him. But I don't see a guy that consistently goes out there and, 5-step drop, hits a guy, 3-step drop, hits a guy, 7-step drop, hits a guy. And granted, that might not be his game, but I don't see a guy that goes out there and recognizes what he sees pre-snaps and hits his receiver. I don't see that. Now, if it's not his game, that might not be his game. I thought today he scrambled very effectively well. He got us a few key first downs with his legs. And if that's his game, then let that be his game. But don't sit back there, hold the ball for 7 seconds looking, oh, where am I going to go? And then roll right and cut the field off and then throw some, half-hearted pass to some guy that has to come back to you when they get a first down. Like, no, let's get some pre-snap vision here and let's see what we can do. Now, again, like I said, today, the last 2 games, he had 2 good games. Congratulations. You beat Minnesota and New York. Let's see if you can do it against Green Bay and Detroit.
Dude, you legitimately sound like my boy Big Self, bro.
Look, man, he was the one who attracted me to Jacob. I was a fan of you guys back when you had Seth on for a little bit, and I think I trailed off. And I think one day I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw a short of Big Sales, to be honest with you. And I think it was like during 2023. And I was going like, what the hell is going on with the birds? And I think I saw a short of Big Sales and he was talking something about Jalen or whatever. And I remember after since then I logged on. I was like, holy shit, this guy isn't just blowing smoke up someone's ass because he's a Philadelphia Eagle guy. He's telling the truth. And ever since then, man, I've been hooked. So,
all right, brother. Look, I appreciate your support of the channel, man. It goes a long way. You've always been one of our best supporters, so I do appreciate it, brother. Good stuff, man. Hopefully the birds are in a good spot. I think they are at 6-2 going into the bye. They're in a good spot.
I feel good too. All right, Z, I appreciate it.
All right, dude. Later, man. My boy Josh Herman. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. All you cupcakes in the chat. You guys are the most sensitive. I have never seen a group of more sensitive people than the people in this chat. I love all you guys, but holy shit, you are sensitive people. You are some sensitive people, man. Look at this guy. Who is this dude? Get him off. Dude's a hater. Get him off. Say it with your chest. Relax, guys. Josh Herman is a big supporter of Jacob, all right? And I love him. I appreciate him for being here, all right? Good stuff. We got a couple more people to get to. Let me go to Ride in the Bench. I got Ride in the Bench, Clary Boy, and Anton coming up here in the post-game show. Let's go to Ride in the Bench. Joins me right now. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm 6 feet above, dude. Can't complain. How about you, man?
I'm with you, man. Great response. Eagles get the win today, 38-20. Jalen, another great performance, 15-20, 179, 4 tutties. Running game goes for 276. It all seemed to work today. What'd you make of it, my friend?
Hell of a good way to go into a bye week. Let's put it that way. Yeah. And this is what I think most of us expected, to come in and kind of beat the brakes off the Giants. This is what we were supposed to do the first time around. Was I expecting 270 on the ground? No, that's probably the biggest shocker of them all, honestly. Yeah. When you got the run, when you have a running game like that, nobody's beating this team. When the running game is like that, I don't think there's anybody in the NFL that can beat the Philadelphia Eagles, no matter who we play. And you could say it was the Giants, you could say it was the Vikings. This is a trend for Jalen where he's been good as a decision maker with the football a majority of his career. Low turnovers, usually pretty smart with the ball. I'm not so critical of his yardage per se, and from the last caller, the guy's like, he's not like a five-step drop back passer or a 7-step drop back. That's never who he was. That's not his game. And I think the sooner we realize that, the more we can accept what this offense brings. And majority of the time, it's inconsistencies in the passing game, but when it's time to make plays, the guy makes plays. And a majority of the quarterbacks in the league today are not that 7-step, 5-step, 3-step drop back passer. I mean, all the quarterbacks in the league outside of Joe Burrow, Goff, Dak, all of those guys extend plays. All of those guys go out of the pocket. All those guys buy time. So I think he's just one of those guys that is a gamer. And it's never going to look pretty every single week. I don't care, because it brings victories for the most part. And you said it all the time, Zander. this stretch of football, we are in one of the best stretches of Eagles football we've ever seen as a fan base. So whether or not you believe it's his doing or you think it's the construction of the team, neither here nor there. He's the quarterback of the team. He's leading this team. He's the guy pulling the trigger. And, right now I think we just have to kind of
I agree with that top to bottom.
we just got to accept for what it is and just enjoy the ride for the most part. So that's kind of where I'm at with this team.
No, I agree. I mean, look, I agree completely. I think the only time you really see valid and real frustration, and I'm okay. I'm not like that. I'm fine. I mean, it's football. You don't watch
it's football. You
don't watch a season and you're like you're on the high the whole time. That's not how it
100%.
So, but I think it's valid that, our roster's so good. Sometimes people just want to see it live up to it. But again, it's football. You're not always going to live up to what you can be. Big game today, though, and they go in now. Is the running game fixed, do you think?
I'm not going to say that. It was against the New York Giants. Again, not necessarily a team I make that the barometer for. And based on the whole season, this is more of a flash in the pan versus a trend that happens. I do like the fact that they brought 6 linemen in. I think that's something that you can use a little bit more often too, especially when you take Grant out of the game and put a blocker in.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You're running the ball. Alcantara should not be on the field, man. That guy has a liability.
And honestly, I think it highlights more just how hurt Cam Jurgens really is. A lot of the plays that we saw Brett Toth pull off, where he's like pulling at center and he's like being able to pull off kickback blocks. I think Cam Jurgens just isn't moving the same because he literally doesn't have the same get off. And when you have a back injury, it just makes your legs heavy, dude. That's what it does. That's literally how the spine works. So he's just not the same player that he was last season. And having a guy who's at least relatively healthy, it seemed to have made a difference in this game. Let's see if this trend continues, but I don't think it's necessarily something that we could say the running game is fixed. We have to see more of this week to week. The thing that you could say right now is that Kevin Patullo and Jalen Hurts being put under center is something that's working for this football team. I think that's something that's fair to say. And something that you could take away week to week because it just opens a little bit more of this playbook a little bit more. So, and honestly, it looks like a more of a professional offense, right? And let Jalen run this offense the way it's supposed to be run under center, changing up formations, let him check at the line. That's his game. That's what he does best. And I think the more you do that, the more you're going to see good stuff. And hopefully A.J. Brown, they don't trade him. I don't think they will just because it costs too much money to do so. But hopefully he ends up just saying, you know what, let's ride it out for another year. Let's see if we can win another title. And then you address whatever that is in the offseason because that's looking like it's going to be something that's going to be like a come to Jesus type of moment for every team in Philadelphia.
Though I'm sick of the posting on social media. And I've been Team AJ. I'm sick of it at this point. But we'll see what ends up. Yeah, I mean, the team's 6-2. You're playing a team game. Like I said to him earlier, if you want to be a boxer, go be a boxer. It'll be all about you, bro. I promise. You'll be the reason you win. You'll be the reason you lose. It'll all be you. So go ahead and do that. All right, brother. Appreciate you joining in, man. Kelly Green or Midnight Green?
Ooh.
I knew
love me the Midnight Green, but that Kelly Green's fresh, man. That Kelly Green's pretty good.
I thought for sure you were going to say Midnight.
Yeah, no, I do love me the Midnight Green. I love my Midnight Green, but that Kelly Green is it's a vibe. It is a vibe. There's something about the Kelly Green that brings out the best in that team.
I agree. I meant to ask Josh. I would have liked to hear Josh's answer. Josh, if you're in the chat, answer in and to clap back at some of these clowns in here. All right, brother. Appreciate you joining in, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Peace and love.
Later, dude. There's my boy right on the bench. I got to use that. I'm 6 feet above. How about that? That's a hell of a line right there. See, everybody else 6 feet. I'm 6 feet above. That is a freaking, in my case, I'm 5 feet 10 inches above. How's that? I love it. All right, let's go to my boy, Clary Boy, and Anton coming up last. Here's Clary Boy joining me right now. What's up, brother? How you doing,
What's going on, dude?
Not much, man. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
It's raining, man. It's cold, too. Yeah,
it's cold here. I haven't been outside. I don't know. I've been working all day.
It's been pretty wicked here, man. It'll be like in the 40s in the morning, and then it'll be 80 during the day. I'm not used to it.
What state are you in again?
Mississippi. I'm like an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa.
I remember. Yeah, I remember that. All right, what'd you make of the game today, dude? 38-20, Birds get the win. Jalen looking good. Everybody looking good. What'd you make of it?
Man, I would say this is probably the first time I could be like, man, they passed the eye test today.
Oh, they did.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I've been kind of waiting for all season. It kind of gives me a lot of hope leading into the Packers and the Lions game. And plus under center, they just look like a better team. Like offense, my main issue with Hurts is just like, come on, man. We have a $250 million offense. Like we need to play like a $250 million offense. I knew that there was going to be some issues with the defense. We got a lot of young players and a lot of moving pieces from last year. It'll take time, but the offense had no excuses. That's why I've always been tougher on Hurts, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I think you got to live up to it, but I think that when he does do it, he definitely deserves credit. He's been able to do that the last couple of weeks. You think the running game is fixed?
I mean, under center, it looks it, right? I don't know what it is, if the way they're pulling or the way they were playing, it's just different. It didn't look like people were getting hit in the backfield. You know, it looks like it looks similar to last year, honestly. So we'll see. I mean, our running backs look better behind Hurts than they do in shotgun.
Yeah, I agree completely. No doubt about it. Yeah, big performance. Joe, what do you make of the A.J. Brown stuff? Are you done with it? Are you on A.J.'s side? Are you not on a side? Do you not give a shit? What do you make of it?
Man, me personally, I think this year we should hold on to A.J., pass the ball to him all the time. Let him get these magical numbers and trade his ass. Because we need to start
value a little bit and then get rid of him.
Yeah, man, because like we're at a point where we're going to have to start doing some kind of rotation towards our defense with money.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. That's the easy answer is obviously AJ, who's already unhappy.
Yeah, and I don't mean it in a bad. I mean AJ's a great player, man, but it's just to the point now where we got all this drafted talent on defense. We got to pay them soon, and then we need to start drafting offensive talent. I think we're good with Smitty. Smitty has a great contract. Jalen Hurts. We'll see. Our offensive line, obviously, it looks like we're going to have to start getting on our offensive line. We might have to draft a center.
Dude, we need to draft a tackle. We need to draft a tackle, a guard, and maybe a center. We might need all.
Well, I mean, dude, you can't just draft offensive people. You know what I mean? We still got to work other stuff on, D ends. We got to have probably more tackles on defense. We got some moving parts, man. So having an unhappy player that's just bitching all the time and, is on social media just creating chaos, man. Sometimes it's better to just say good riddance.
Yeah, it's a little much at this point, no doubt. All right, brother, Kelly Green or Midnight Green?
Kelly Green. I'm wearing this because I'm a superstitious dude. And the last 2 weeks, I wore my Kelly Green. And, I'm sorry. When we were on that 2-game losing streak, I was wearing Kelly Green. And I had to go and pull out this. This is from the Super Bowl.
Who's on the back of that?
It's me. It's my jersey.
Oh, okay. So it's your name. All right, that's dope. I like that.
Yeah, it's a personal one. So, and I had to pull this one. I didn't wear it out. I didn't wear it at all last year. So
it's got the 52 logo on there. I love that Super Bowl 52 logo. All right, brother. Good show, man. Appreciate you joining in. And I'll talk to you again soon. All right, brother.
See you, man. Have a good one.
Later, dude. There's my boy Clary Boy. Appreciate Clary Boy. We got Anton coming up. Chris 3K. I see you trying to join your internet, not holding. I ain't about to talk to somebody who's skipping in and out like a machine. So if you can get it fixed, I'll talk to you. If you can't, like Clary Boy just said, good riddance to you. All right, let's go to my boy Anton. What's up, Anton?
How's it going, Big Z?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I am doing fine. It has been a great morning. I've been up since 1 a.m. my time. It's been almost 8.5 hours of just pure beauty.
It was a
my other team that in the sport that you hate also did amazing today. So
no,
can't complain.
Don't mention that on my show. All right.
No, I won't. That's as far as I'll go today with that.
Right,
I'm happy about that.
I can respect that. What'd you make of the game today, Anton? They blew the Giants out. Jalen just continues now 2 games straight of him just really, I call it surgical. I know it's not the traditional passer still, but when you take what's given you, when you complete the percentage of passes that he has with the rating he has, with the touchdown passes, I think it's a great performance, obviously. What did you make of the big win today over the Giants?
Oh man, I've actually written down some bullet points of just.
No,
I'm not going into 8-minute rants per point.
Guys, I'll be here for the next 14 hours.
I'm not going into 8-minute rants per point. All right, I've just got things I want to touch on. Number one, I cannot believe there's anybody in this fan base that still has problems with your Super Bowl MVP oh, Jalen Hurts, I got this problem with Jalen Hurts, that problem. Dude has got rings on his finger, and now he's upping his game in terms of in the passing game over the last couple of weeks. I actually have this take. This is a hot take, and people are going to hate me. The chat's going to go fucking nuts. I think Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFL. And forget about stats. I'm gonna be really quick to jump on that one. Forget about stats. Every single time this dude goes up against the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, he goes out, he beats them. He won the Super Bowl. He's going to win the Super Bowl again this year. And now all of a sudden, he's now finding some consistency in the passing game. Some of the darts, the throws he found DeVonta with in the second half today, they were absolutely magical. Yes, of course, I'm not disrespecting the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons of this world, but all I know is that when they've shared the field with Jalen's come out on top as the winner every single time. It's time to put respect on Jalen Hurts' name. That's all I'm going to say.
I appreciate your take. I appreciate people who have a take. I'm not one of those people who cares if people don't agree with me or see it like me. I appreciate your take. The only thing I would push back on would be it's a team game. You know what I mean? Like Jalen, I know he goes up against Mahomes, but it can't be viewed like that because it's not equal on all sides. So you can't evaluate one quarterback with, okay, he did this for his team and this guy did this for his team. Just take whatever quarterback did better. Like,
right. No. That's not necessarily where I'm coming from here, though. Because at the end of the day, Hurts is the leader of this team.
Every time he goes up against them, he's better than them. Well, he does have a better team than them, which is fine. I think Jalen deserves a lot of credit, but I couldn't go as far as you went.
Yeah, but for me, he's the spiritual and emotional leader of this team. Of course, we got BG coming back, but up till now, Jalen has been the undisputed captain for me of this football team. And he leads the team. Everyone plays for him. Everyone's inspired by him. He doesn't let, considering he's got AJ Brown acting like an absolute ass face for 8 weeks, and he can still go out there and be professional and lead this team to a 75% winning percentage through the first 8 games. Man, dude is awesome. And by the way, the minute Saquon had his first touch today, I want to get to Saquon because I shot on him last week.
I got one more thing I got to push back on you. Can I just? What? You can have a hot take about the player that you're sitting there wearing his jersey. You are wearing a Jalen Hurts. It is not a hot take to wear a Jalen Hurts jersey and then come up and say Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback. But
I also wore Jalen Hurts jersey 2 weeks ago against the same team, and I told you didn't play well.
Well, no, I'm not saying you weren't objective about it. I'm just saying it makes it less of a hot take. That's all.
I mean, I know.
Go ahead, let's get to your list. The people want to hear the bullets.
All right, so here's the other one. Saquon Barkley, the minute he hit that 65-yarder, first carry of the game, I'm like, Eagles win the Super Bowl. Because if we have that Saquon comes back along with the passing game now hitting it, no other, like even already with all our struggles, no team in the league is and there's the Eagles and then there's a gap and there's everybody else. And now Saquon Barkley is hitting these numbers. That gap just went like this. And then not just that, he comes out of the game and Tank freaking Bigsby, who you all thought we wasted picks to trade for, goes over 100 yards in less than a quarter.
Listen to my Tank Bigsby reaction show. People have been holding my feet to the fire for weeks on that thing. I was so happy when we traded for Tank Bigsby. Everybody's been
so when you ask everyone the question, is the running game fixed? How could you fucking say no? We had a running back who came in already for a guy over 150 and then gets 100 in less than a quarter.
It's one game.
The running game is clearly fixed.
But it's one game. It's not a big sample size.
Again, this is I should probably put this as a disclaimer here. The fact that we already are the champions for me gives you a floor that I can judge one game off of in a positive way, and to tell you that I know that this team has that in their locker, which is what's important.
You're using their past success as supporting evidence. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because for instance, for me, all the team needs to show me is that it's in the locker. So when we need it in certain games, when the games are big and we're in the postseason and we're trying to get back to that second ring, I know that we can pull it out of the fire when we need to. That's what's important for me. They show you in and out different times. Okay, we're capable of this. we're capable of that. And then to top it all off, the defense. All of a sudden, and I was critical of the defense earlier this year. All of a sudden, this defense, BG ain't even back yet, right? I don't even know what type of shape BG's in.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We'll see. I'm optimistic.
But man, dude, Joshua Uche is looking like a monster.
Oh man.
For all the Uchi Coochie that I was getting all summer, that we were getting all summer, dude.
You are living up to your nickname today, dude. The optimistic.
I had to.
You are back, baby. The optimistic Aussie is back.
Okay, I want to finish off by giving some advice, Hartley advice to one, is it Antoine Juan, whatever? I don't know. AJ stands for, right? I think I used to know that.
Arthur Juan.
Anyway, Arthur Juan Brown, right? This is what I would do, AJ. And I don't know why you missed today. Was today's game like a disciplinary thing you missed, or was it because of injury? Hamstring injury. Okay, AJ, I want you to go home, open up wherever your trophy case, whatever, and go to find that Jason of Beverly Hills box, that beautiful box with the little red ribbon on it, and just give it an opening and see that beautiful ring that you got with the wings that pop out, right? And ask yourself this: do I want 2 of those bad boys, or do I want to go to New England or something and not play a playoff game and maybe have a few games of 10 catches? Oh wow! But then be sitting at home watching your former team win a Super Bowl, because that's where we're at. We're at the trade deadline here, so you get a choice. If you want to keep talking, I swear to God, I'm like Howie. Trade his what?
As much as I appreciate what you're saying, I don't really think the Super Bowl ring is what gets AJ excited. Unfortunately,
then something's wrong with him. Then
no, that's not really true, my friend. That's not how players think. That's how fans think, and some players. But Justin Jefferson wants to go to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is a more rare club than a Super Bowl winner. And when you're talking about, remember, this is a team game, but you are talking about individuals. And if just like Anton, wants to have success for Anton in his life with his wife and his kid or whatever it is, AJ wants to be successful for himself. Now, he might gauge that in a way that you don't appreciate as an Eagles fan, but I don't think the Super Bowl ring gasses him up as much as you think. I really don't. And he posted that after he won it. Don't you remember?
Yeah. I remember. And by the way, I thought I took that in a completely different light. At this, this is good enough for me. I want to win another one. I was like, yes, AJ.
I think
now I didn't realize it.
And is proving to be wrong.
Must be the first time in my life that I've ever been wrong about football.
I love you, Anton. You have gotten better at doing this show. I tell you what, I fucking like having you on now.
By the way,
what other things do you have on your damn board?
One more thing, because Zander, I love you, buddy, but sometimes I'm just taking shots and not even here. Like, oh, Anton, some sort of bandwagon fan, bro.
No,
I've been watching the Eagles since 2001. I watched us lose 3 straight NFC Championship games and lose to New England in the Super Bowl in Jacksonville, bro. It's been 24 years watching the football team.
You're Anton. You should have taken that as a compliment, because any other name I could have used that's a known out of towner might not have been recognized, but your name is recognized as
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
And for anybody who knows, me and Zander have an appreciation for each other. There's no hate between us two. You're the only person, by the way, you're the only person on YouTube who who I allow to talk to me that way. Honestly, nobody else I have toleration for doing that.
I'll talk to you however the fuck I want.
But the thing is,
all right, brother, I appreciate you. Kelly Green or Midnight Green?
Bro, every single week, I'm always, what color am I wearing? Dude, I actually have literally made drawings and concepts of the Eagles switching completely permanently to Kelly Green. This Midnight Green, I want to get rid of it, honestly.
Thank you.
I've never been a Midnight Green guy.
All right, brother. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you, Anton. The optimistic Aussie was so back today. I mean, that guy was back. The optimistic Aussie. Jalen's the greatest quarterback in football. Eagles are winning the Super Bowl off a 165-yard touchdown. Anton was drinking that Kool-Aid today. We needed it, all right? We needed it. All right, we got a couple guys. Big Flex is going to make his first appearance on a Flex. And I can't believe I'm saying that. his first appearance on the post-game show. All the Flexing fans better get ready, Flex. You know it. And I got Senor. Don't tell me I got to talk to you today. I don't got to talk to you. Really? Do I have to, Senorita? Do I have to do it? Let's bring up my boy Flexing and Steppin' coming in here. What's going on, Flex?
Z, what up, B?
How you doing, brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man.
What'd you make of the game today, bro? 38-20. Birds clapped the Giants. Peace is restored in the NFC East. What do you think?
It was a good game, man. I mean, ain't nothing to be real too excited about. I mean, it's the Giants, you know.
I got
mean,
you. You still got to handle who's in front of you, right?
Nah, of course. I mean, good win to have, you know, going into the bye, but still a lot to be done, man. Still a lot of work.
When you say that, what do you mean? Like you're just saying it's just too early. You're not seeing what you want.
Nah,
to see.
man, still a lot of meat on the bone. Still a lot of meat on the bone, and the team, you know, the team got to still gel, man. I ain't feeling this AJ stuff, man. You know, we've had the talks plenty of times, man. I told you, man, I don't like AJ's attitude. It's diva-like, you know. I love receivers, you know, but it's a time and place, you know, where receivers got to be able to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about you. You know what I'm saying? It's a team game, and at the end of the day, fans and everybody else got to understand. You know, it's Jalen's team. You know, like you and Sil said earlier, it's Jalen's team.
Yeah,
that's the guy that they paying the money to. You know, he's the one that has a no trade clause. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, do you think
that's what AJ has a problem with?
I do. I think AJ has a problem with Jalen being the man. I think he has also a problem with Smitty getting success at times. I think he had a problem with Saquon coming in and, you know, the team going to more run heavy, you know, last year and whatnot. I figured, you know, this year would be, you know, more passing and whatnot, but they still got to lean on that run game. You know what I'm saying? Barkley is still like a primetime player, and you gotta ride that wave.
After today or what?
What'd you say?
You think the run game's back after today? 276 on the ground, dude. 2 running backs over 100 today.
Line look better. Like I said, we got to see what comes out. We got to see how we look coming out of the bye week. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of that bye week. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, because this is a big, heavy stretch that we getting ready to go into.
No doubt. All right, brother. Any other final thought on the game before I ask you the big question? Kelly or Midnight? Sticking on the game for a sec. Anything else you took away from it?
Nah, man. Just good win. You know, on to the next.
You're relaxed. You're not overly moved by it. I can tell.
Nah, Z, you know me, man. You know me, man. Shit, man.
Too early for all that, right?
Too early for all that, man. Same with Ohio State and all my other teams, man. It's too early for all that, man.
What did Ohio State do this weekend? Did they play yesterday? No, they had a bye.
Nah. We was off. We was off. We on to next week. I don't know who we Penn State next week, actually.
Penn State, yeah, you guys gonna beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, we're gonna get them.
All right, brother. Kelly Green or Midnight Green, Flex?
That Kelly Green be looking better and better, man. But I'm gonna go Midnight.
You're gonna go Midnight. All right, I think
I'm gonna be different with it, man. I'm gonna go Midnight, man.
All right, I'm not a big Midnight guy. I'm more of a Kelly guy myself, but
green is actually my favorite color, man.
Green is a banging color, bro. Green is the color of money.
Yeah, green is my favorite color, man.
Green is the color of nature. Green is a great color, no doubt. All right, Flex, good stuff, brother. Appreciate you doing it.
Always, man. You know, I'm gonna do this some more, man. This is fun.
Man. I can't believe this is the first time I've had you on the post game show.
Nah, man.
Your fans are gonna love it, Flex.
Abe and everybody was telling me hop on, man. So I was like, man, let me get on this, man.
I love it. All right, brother. Appreciate you, Flex.
You already know, Z. Holla at you,
Later,
baby.
dude. Later, bro. My boy Flex. Appreciate Flex and Steph and joining in right there. All right. Now you know when you're getting your ass handed to you in the chat by Flexing. That's who's handing it to you. All right. Let me go to my boy Senorita. It's fine. I can't believe I'm talking to fucking Senorita today. This is ridiculous. Let me bring up Senorita. What up, Senor? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Xander? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Hey, where you going? Are you walking around outside? You got the nice light going on?
Yeah, I'll show you real quick.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. That's awesome. That's good living right there.
Couldn't sleep, man. We're out in the morning doing a little nature hike. So then I wasn't able to catch the first half of the game, but saw the second half of the game. Kind of saw some highlights and stuff. I missed the Scadaboo injury, but saw the highlight.
Man.
So,
That was
or I
nasty.
guess not really a highlight, but sucks for Scat because he had a good season. I don't mind what you say when players from different teams have like good stats, good games. So, I respect that opinion. You can't just root for your team only and no one else, is good in the NFL besides on the Eagles. So I like that take.
All right, what'd you think of the game, brother?
From what I saw, second half looked good. Running game looked good. Hurts is just, passing it around, sharing the ball. Dallas Goedert, honestly, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is trying to get him paid since he's on that contract year. But, I mean, in the red zone, it's like they're drawing up plays just for Dallas Goedert. So
I know.
I kind of do like that a lot.
Yeah, well, he's a good weapon, dude. He's a big physical guy down there in the red zone. It's working. They're getting into the red zone, but you might be right. He has his most touchdown passes in a season already by like 3. He's already 3 above his record, I think.
He has like 2 games, 2 touchdowns. The last game they played against the Giants, he had like 110 yards and a touchdown. And, this game he did pretty good too. But, yeah, I don't know. Like AJ stuff, I don't know if it's injury. I don't know if they kind of like finally said, hey, you've been talking too much. We're going to sit you out. Take this week off. Take the bye week off. Come back. Get your head straight. And, let's get ready to make that stretch run for the playoffs and see what we can do again.
Yeah,
But
well,
I do respect AJ for wanting his yards. You don't want to just like be the odd man out week in and week out. He is a weapon. I don't know how long that hamstring has kind of like been lingering since the offseason. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he's
I
trying
don't like to speculate on whether he's injured or not.
Yeah, but, I mean, good game. Giants, Vikings. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you, bro. You're good.
Yeah, so I mean, I think overall, like depends on what you want to be, part of a team or individual. I get the whole Hall of Fame. You need your stats, your legacy. So I respect that in that part, but don't miss like the mojo of the team and ruin that.
I agree. That's where I think he goes too far with it. What'd you make of Jalen Hurts, dude? 2 straight games now. He's really had good. I can't really tell, Senor, on you what you think of him because I think your comments are more just like, yeah, you're flip-flopping, Z. I don't know what the fuck your opinion is. You got to let me know.
I respect the criticism of Jalen Hurts when he's not performing. Everybody should get criticized. Hey, if I do bad at my job and I make like 10 errors in a row at my job, I would want my boss or, anybody in leadership to kind of say, hey, you know what? I've noticed you've been slacking off or you kind of made these mistakes, the same repetitive mistakes. The thing I really like that Jalen Hurts has been doing this year and last season is not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
That's like my most like, wow, he's actually, locked in. He looks a lot more focused this year compared to last year, even though obviously they won the Super Bowl. But he just seems like this year he's locked in and definitely doesn't want to turn the ball over, which kind of probably plays in part with like the sacks he takes and doesn't want to pull the trigger here and there. But I've noticed the past 2 weeks they have been a lot more explosive plays.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, brother. Good stuff, Senor. What do you think? Kelly Green or Midnight?
Kelly Green, for sure.
Green.
All right, man.
Good stuff.
Nice talking to you,
I
Zander.
appreciate you, bro. Have a good walk with your son, right? That's your son there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Year and a half.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Later, man.
Later, dude. There's my boy, Senor. Senor's always giving me shit in the chat, but that's all right. Good stuff from him today. All right, we got 2 more. Abe and Chris 3K. Abe, coming to you, man. What's up, Abe? How you doing, brother?
What up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You got the JAKIB shirt on. You got the Eagles lid on. You looking good, Abe. How you feeling?
Appreciate it, man. This is the one that you gave me.
I know, man. I know what it is. Come on.
Okay.
If you got to forget, I don't forget, Abe.
Hey, I forget. You got to know why.
I don't forget anything, man. What'd you make of the game, bro? They beat the crap out of the New York Giants today. It looked good to me.
Like this whole week I've been saying, leave it out on the fucking field, bro. Put it out there. You got to fucking in a way, 2 days off. You know, like got the weekend off or some shit. Like you got that. You better put her out. And I don't know who switched out that old line. I don't know what Stout did, but he puts on in them.
I'll tell you what Stout did. Stout had a week to prepare with Toth at center. Last week, Cam Jurgens went down in the middle of the game. You know how much different it is when you have a week of prep with a guy that you know is going to play center. That's, I think, the difference in Toth today. And then they're using that 6-0 line set, dude. 13 personnel, and the second tight end is a freaking Fred Johnson. It's incredible. It's amazing. I love it. That's bully ball, man.
They copied it off of the Lions, man. I loved it. I loved
it's a
every
great
bit of
set.
it.
There's no doubt, and it's working for this team. What'd you make of Jalen, bro? 2 straight games now. He has really had good performances.
Man, like, I had to eat my crow 2 weeks in a row off of him. That's crazy. Like, I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, he really grew into something that I would never expect him to be like. He actually passed the ball around. He actually made it on time. Yeah, sometimes he held on to the ball, but
that's his game. You can't take that out of Jalen's game. He's an off-schedule guy. He makes a lot of plays off schedule. You can't take that out of the game.
I mean, you saw Jaxson Dart. He took fucking 10 seconds to throw that one ball. Still got sacked.
Well, he's a rook. I think he gets a little bit of it. And he plays for the Giants.
It's part of the game, man. Like, it's part of the fucking game. I don't know how.
I hear you. No doubt. All right. What do you make of I guess you spoke on it a little bit, but the AJ Brown stuff.
It's weird, man. It's odd. I'm like, I look at it like the way we're moving right now, the offense is moving, and he's getting held behind by himself. Like either he connects to the train or he's gonna get left behind, bro. Like in all honesty, that's how it's going.
I agree. I think you're right.
Jahan, he made a catch. Yeah,
that was a nice catch.
PI, but I don't give a fuck. But
I will say this though, let's not Jahan making catches on cornerback 6 in New York is not quite the playoff teams we're going to face. But I hear you.
I mean, it's hard, man. When you can't keep talking shit like that. Like now, that's like if Sills was to continuously do that.
Yeah, it's a little too much now, right? I mean, I get wanting to be better, but it's a little much now.
And maybe Jalen does need to tell you, like, you need to either shut your ass up or you're not getting the fucking ball. Like you want the fucking ball that damn bad.
I think Lucius is right though. I think Lucius is right about Jalen. Jalen don't care, man. He is like, talk all you want. I'm just gonna go out and play my game. I'm gonna go and play ball. That's what I want to do every week, and I think Jalen does that.
I mean, he's like a fucking mosquito at this point, man. You just want to smack him around or some shit. Like, come on, you keep on sucking the blood out of me.
Yeah. All right, bro. Kelly Green or Midnight Green?
Kelly Green.
Kelly?
I don't know. Something about that green and that off-white color.
Yeah. Fire. No doubt. All right, bro. Appreciate you, Abe. Thanks for doing it, man. Did you get your Bronco?
No, I drove it, man. It's awful. I'll be honest with you.
I knew, bro.
It does not drive like my Audi.
Well, dude, it's an Audi. You're getting a Bronco. It's got a 4-cylinder in it, probably.
Yeah, but you're talking about a brand new one. It don't ride as smooth as my shit is about 5 years old. And you telling me it don't ride as smooth as that? You crazy.
Bro, it's an Audi, man. Audi's got push. You probably get a turbo in your Audi.
Yeah. It's a 3.0 turbo.
It's a turbo, though. So you got pep when you hit the gas. You hit the gas in a Bronco, it feels like you're driving a damn tractor.
It sucked worse because it was a fucking
I should have known. If you care about speed, you ain't getting no damn Bronco, brother. No way. You got to go look for an Acura RDX or something. They got great turbos. The motors in those Acuras are fun. But all right, bro, good stuff, man. Let me know if you have any more questions you want to talk about it. I'll chat with you.
I get you, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Later, Abe.
Yes, sir.
Later, man. Love Abe. Gotta love Abe. Me and Abe were texting about a car. He's trying to get a new car. He drives an Audi. His Audi's got a turbo, man. He hits the gas in his little Audi. That thing goes skirt. He gets in a Bronco. He hits the gas. This thing's like chugging. No can do. You got to get a Ram truck if you want to get a fast truck, man. Them Ram trucks are fast with the V8, the Mopar motor in there. That's funny. All right, let me go to my boy Chris 3K. Final one of the day. There he is. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, brother?
What's good with you, Zander? You got me?
I got you, man. Look good, sound good. What'd you make of the game today, brother?
Always good to win. 6-2. Going into the bye. That's most important. Well, that and getting guys healthy. I think that's most important. Team been pretty banged up, so that's the most important thing. After the last two lose streak we had, to get back on track, beat these two teams we should have beat. To do that, I think is good. So getting the 6-2 before the bye, I think is most important. Running game was good. I thought the pass rush kind of, they got after Jackson a little bit. Secondary wasn't too bad. Unfortunate injury for Cam over there. That kind of, that kind of sucked for him. But all in all, though, 6-2 going to the bye. From a team perspective, given how much this team lost defensively coming into the year, and all things considered, I don't think 6-2 is too bad to be at the midway point.
Early in the year, Chris, when I talked to you, you said something that resonated with me about the highs are high, but the lows are too low.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they've corrected that? And so I know it's only week 8. You can't correct it fully until the year is out, but it feels like those lows have gotten a little higher each week, which is a good thing in my eyes. How do you see it?
Yeah, I think I don't think the lows have been as bad. They haven't been as egregious the past few weeks.
Right.
Obviously, it's the past 2 games because the game before was the Giants game, which was bad. But I haven't seen the past 2 weeks. I haven't seen the egregious lows. So I think they've done a little bit in correcting that. I think the coaching staff and the players, I think the offensive line has done a better job because I think that's where a lot of it kind of started. So I think they've done a better job where the highs have been high, like the passing game last week, the run game today, and the lows haven't been too terrible. So I think they've done a good job in that regard.
Yeah, no doubt. What about the running game, brother? They got going in a big way today. I'm not ready to say it's back completely, but I will say this. I think Kevin Petullo found some things. I think he's doing some things differently. He's running the ball. He called different things. He's using the screen game a little bit, running outside the tackles. Much better, in my opinion. What did you see from the run game today, and do you think they're back?
Man, we got 2 backs over 100 yards, man. I think in this entire era where we've been very run heavy, I don't think that's happened yet. I don't know if anybody has a stat on that.
But Saquon have like 280, 250.
Saquon has done 2 running backs job by himself, but I don't think we've had. I think maybe Jalen has had a game where he's went over 100, and maybe when we had
that many, dude, that's a lot. Has Jalen ever had a 100-yard rushing game?
Maybe some scrambles and stuff like that. Maybe if you go back to when we had Miles, maybe he might have had a game like that.
Yeah, like 22.
22, that era. That year. But I don't think anytime recently there's been 2 backs over 100. I can't remember. So that definitely was good to see. Is that there was a guy that could spell Saquon. Tank Bigsby as a running back looks he looks worth the draft picks. So
Jalen Hurts went over 100 rushing yards twice in his career. Ready? You nailed it. 22. He had 157
against Green Bay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 106 he had in 2020 versus the Saints when Wentz got benched and Doug Peterson was the coach. So there you go. Twice in his career over 100.
Yeah. So I say that. So to see 2 running backs out of the backfield go over 100, man, that's dope. I think that's a sign of things to come. You got to start somewhere. You're not going to correct everything in one game. So I think that's good, man. Like I said, I think if you look at the passing game of last week, the running game of the day, it goes back to my point is that when you see that type of firepower, it should never look as bad as it does, bro.
Yeah, right.
Never. But I do have one complaint, though. This has been a topic. I got to get at you, maybe the rest of the fan base. Listen, this A.J. Brown stuff, I think, has been much ado about nothing. I'm not going to lie to you. That's just my personal opinion in the sense that here's my thing. Here's the perspective I put it. Everybody, because I think sometimes people forget these are athletes, but they're also human. So everybody that works a job, you work for a company, so you have company obligations, but you also have individual obligations within that company. So who am I to tell you? Like Zander, you run a media company, right? And I'm pretty sure you have a day-to-day standard. You have a level of success that you do want to achieve individually and as well as for the company.
Right.
Who am I to tell you that your only job is to satisfy me, which is in our case winning, and your personal goals don't matter? Or not even personal goals. Remember, this offense is still, I think, 20-something, like wherever it ranks. This is still not by the numbers ranking. It's not an elite offense. And part of the issue has always been, well, what's the passing game? What's wrong with the passing game? And I'm like, well, yeah, AJ, he hasn't been wrong about anything he's said. Like last year.
My whole thing is, bro, like I've been Team AJ because I think the point that you just said is perfectly stated by you. And it can't go unnoticed. But at what point does your desire for the personal take away from the collective, as Jalen has mentioned? That's because I think now, in my opinion, it's too much. Like, why are people on Twitter saying you deleted every comment of Jalen Hurts? Like, well, that's petty, man.
Here's my thing.
Stupid.
Here's my thing. I don't care about his social media because at the end of the day, when he's open, Jalen is gonna throw him the ball. That's all that should really matter. Their on the field relationship should be number one. But the other thing I was gonna say is that I kind of lost my train of thought, but for a second, that might come back to me. But when you look at, I think obviously we're Eagle fans. We're only looking through the lens of the Eagles. Have you seen what some of these other receivers do across the league when they're not? I mean, Justin Jefferson the other day was looking like blatantly upset. You know, I saw Jamar Chase a few weeks ago when they played Denver, like getting in coach's face. So I'm like, my point is like AJ, like this offense, this passing offense, especially when he was playing, there were times where it was bad. Like, and for him, he's probably looking, it's not necessarily he's being selfish. It's like, yo, this offense doesn't look right. And before, like, obviously we look good today, but we're not winning the championship playing against the New York Giants, bro. Let's be real. Like, this is not, we got Green Bay and Detroit and everybody else. And if you think we're going to beat those teams without AJ and this offense functioning at max level, and particularly winning the championship, like, that's just delusional, bro. Like, and I say this to say, like, let's not forget what this looked like before he got here. And this receiving core between him and Smitty got here, it wasn't pretty in Philly, bro. Like, we haven't always had this.
I know it.
You know, to finish off, like, we haven't always had this embarrassment of riches, particularly at the receiver position. So I would caution people, like, you guys might, whatever personal opinion you have of him, just be very careful and remember what this looked like before he was here and what it's been since he got here. Because the dude has been a part of two Super Bowl teams, and he's won one. And remember, he got to a Super Bowl before Saquon got here. Let's not forget that. And he was damn good. So, and remember, receivers are the most dependable.
Where is the tipping point in your eyes? Because I agree with everything you're saying. But again, I think there has to be.
I know exactly where the tipping point is.
All right. I understand AJ, and believe me, it's not falling on deaf ears what AJ is saying. It's certainly not to me. I hope it's not on the coaching staff. But at what point is it like, all right, dude, I don't want to answer for your tweets every fucking week, bro?
I know exactly when it is. When he's no longer able to catch 4 balls for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. When he can't do that anymore, then we can have that convo. Until then, and they always say in sports, production tolerance. If whatever you think of, because like I said, I've seen worse behavior from other guys. And if he's a part of this team that is, like I said, is the greatest talent offensively that we've ever had in this franchise, as long as he's a part of that and healthy, I mean, his social media, that's his personal thing, bro. I'm not gonna allow, you know what I'm saying, the fandom to make me forget like he's a human and whatever he wants to say, he wants to say. And I don't know what he means, but to me, it's much to do about nothing. As long as he's out there and he's able to produce, and I understand the ultimate goal, we're not winning without that dude. And that's not to knock Jalen. I'm just saying he's that good.
You need every piece, man. It's a team game. You need them all. I get it. All right, brother. Good takeaways. I appreciate it, man. What do you make of you got anything else to say? It sounded like you had one more thing before I ask you.
No. I was just kind of finishing off on the AJ thing, man. Like, be careful what you ask for, guys. Oh, like, and I was going to make a comparison too, like Kansas City, because I think people are kind of getting this confused. I know Kansas City got off of Tyreek, and they traded for all those defensive guys. They've been looking for a receiver for Mahomes ever since, bro. Like, don't let this media narrative fool you about receivers. Like, they're valuable. Huh?
They also won 2 Super Bowls since Tyreek.
On the back of the defense and the genius of Andy Reid. And I love Jalen, but that's a tough. That dude might be the greatest quarterback ever, bro. Like, we got to be careful, man. Like, be careful. Be careful what you ask for, bro. Not you, but I'm just saying.
No, I know what you're saying. I believe me. I get it. And all right, Kelly Green or Midnight Green?
You said Kelly Green or Midnight Green? I'm gonna go with Kelly because I haven't seen the Super Bowl in. No, I'm gonna go with Midnight. Excuse me, Midnight Green because I haven't seen the Super Bowl won in Kelly Green yet.
All right, that's fair. I hate that answer though. I got to be honest with you.
Nah, I'm playing Kelly Green, bro. Kelly Green looks better.
I tell you what, I hate.
Come on, man. Come on. I was trolling, bro.
Man.
Come on.
All right, brother.
Joking, bro.
All right, good stuff. All right, dude. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Later, dude. There's my boy Chris 3K. I love his takes. He's good stuff. I hate the answer about we've only won. I bet you Joe Whip. Joe Whip, I'm not sure if you're still here, but I bet you he would say midnight. That's my guess. I don't like speaking for people. I think Joe Whip would say midnight. Joe, if you're in here, you can correct me. But I hate the answer of we never won in Midnight Green because that, like, is the reason that we won because we switched to Midnight Green, or is the reason that we won because we had better players, a better GM, a better roster, better play, better quarterback, better everything? I don't know. I don't think changing the jersey had anything to do with the more success, to be honest. I'm a Kelly Green guy. I like Kelly better. I think Kelly's more memorable. I think it's more standout. I don't know. I just like Kelly better. I'm not a midnight hater, but I'm not a midnight lover either. Holy crap. The Cowboys are getting throttled. Jersey Germ says still won't give Jalen. What are you talking about, Jersey Germ? Ryan, you want my hat with my hat? You want my game worn hat, bro? Still got the stickers on it. How about this? Since when I walked up to the counter, they charged me $43 for a hat and a pack of gum, a pack of Big League Chew Sour Apple Edition. So I'll say to you, Ryan, a $50 super chat. It's yours. Actually, no, don't do that because I don't want to send the hat. I like the hat. All right. Philly Don wants one of the they don't make these. This was custom made for me. My fiance custom made this thing for me. Steven, great comeback for the Bama boys, man. Great game. That's good resilience in that game, Steven. That's not an easy game to win, man. On the road, SEC opponent. Janoris Sellers was running all over them in that game. They were down late. I think that's a win that matters more than most Bama fans will say. Most people just look at the ranking and say, "Oh, they were unranked." It's like playing a divisional opponent, man. You play an SEC opponent. So I think that was a really big win. That's a type of win that you learn something about. You're learning how to win is an art, takes people time. So HKP, what's up, my dude? Feels so good to get off work and see that we have out the belt. I didn't see a single snap. Box score looks like we had a complete game. Balanced throwing and rushing. HKP, that's a game you'll want to rewatch. Skip the Scattaboo injury, my friend. That's an ugly one. I do not like seeing injuries. Steven, I did catch the World Series. Steven, one of my favorite sporting events in all of sports always has and always will be the World Series, Steven. I think it's an amazing event. I think everything that the production quality, the logos, that just everything about the World Series to me is a first-class sports event. So I always watch the World Series. I always watch the World Series no matter who's in it. I happen to believe that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series, but how about Yamamoto last night? He goes right through, full complete game, 1 run, 27 outs, no problem. He had some players early. Yeah, Steven, last night he leaves a guy on first and third, Steven. No outs. First inning. Bottom of the first inning, I think it was. Top of the first inning. No outs. First and third. Boom, boom, boom. 3 straight outs. Guys were still on first and third when the inning was over. When he did that, I said, yeah, they just missed their opportunity. Yamamoto is about to start dealing. And he did just that. So that dude can flat out freaking pitch. That dude can pitch. Senor, thanks for becoming a member, bro. I thought you were already a member. Did you upgrade? Can someone tell me if Senor upgraded? Was Senor an upgrade or what? Is that right, Steven? They did. That's right, they did. And all the Asian players who are coming, from overseas, they all want to play in LA. I think the league is going to have to do something about that. None of them speak English. I'm all right with it, but it makes sense. They're all buddies and they all want to play on the same team. Right in the bench says, man, I'm going to mute the baseball talk here. No disrespect. How y'all feel about soccer? That's how I feel about baseball. And I disagree big time. America's sport was baseball. Before football, America's sport was baseball. America's sport was baseball before it was football. All right. I couldn't disagree with that more, but I respect your opinion. All right. All right. Love all you guys. I'm getting out of here. I got some work to do. I'm going to enjoy the night game tonight. Steelers, Packers. Guys, big one tonight. You got to watch the Packer game. That's our next opponent. What do you like? What do you not like? Dak Prescott, 19 of 31, 188, and 2 picks today. Back to earth he comes. Philly Don, I've never been a Flyers fan a single day of my life, Philly Don. And I will never be a Flyers fan a day in my life, Don. Okay? It's just the way I grew up. I played hockey growing up, and I didn't like the Flyers. I'm not going to like them now. Maybe if they get a great goalie and they treat him like a great goalie, I'll give him some credit. All right? Until that point, I'm out on the Philadelphia Flyers. Sorry, everybody. Love all you guys. All right? Jersey Germ, you must not listen to me. He says I actually gave him a compliment. Dude, I give Jalen Hurts more compliments than I've ever given anybody. It almost makes me queasy how much I have to compliment this guy for you buttercups to feel like he got his just due. Jersey Germ, do you work for Jalen? Does he pay your bills? Like, he's a grown fucking man making $50 million. He doesn't need you to back him. Jersey Germ. Holy mackerel. Love all you guys. Peace, everybody. See you next time.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica, who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES. Eagles.